Nebraska Public Media Sports, Nebraska's home for championship sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln for the NSAA Football Championships. And our second title game of the day is in Class D2. It's the 11-1 Sandhills Thedford Knights taking on unbeaten Wynot. And welcome inside Memorial Stadium, everyone, along with former Husker Damon Benning. I'm Larry Putney. It's great to have you with us for our second state championship of the day. We've already crowned one state champion earlier this morning. That was in Class D1. The Stanton Mustangs take home their first ever state championship, knocking off EMF. That began this morning. Second one is upcoming. That's between Sandhills, Thedford, and Wynot. You can see what we have coming up for the rest of not only today, but also tomorrow in these state championships. So now we turn our attention to Sandhills, Thedford. They've got an outstanding quarterback in Kyle Cox, 2,400 yards rushing.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, and he's a state record holder in terms of points scored. He is prolific, a coach's son, so you know he's extremely bright, and boy, is he gifted when it comes to being a playmaker. He can improvise, he can stay on schedule. At this stage, he can do whatever he wants because he's really good.
Let's take a look at where these two teams come from. Sandhills Thedford obviously had a long trip, 3.5 hours to get here to Memorial Stadium. The Wynot Blue Devils just about, maybe a 10-minute drive to Vermilion, maybe 15 minutes, right up on the South Dakota border. They're meeting here for the state championship in Class D2. How did they get here? A win over Johnson Brock and South Loop for Sandhills Thedford, and for Wynot, they knocked off St. Francis and Howells Dodge. Tradition power, Howells Dodge 22-14. in the semifinals. Time now to introduce you to the third member of our crew. He's down to the field. Let's go down to Dave Duda.
All right, well, Wynot may be the only team here today that likes to throw the ball a little bit more than they run the ball. Coach Steve Heim is telling me that all started because he believes they're a little bit smaller up front than about every other team they play, and that gives them the better chance. For Sandhills Thedford, maybe a dynasty that is so close. They are state runners-up in 20 and 21, had a coaching change last year, and still went 7-1 in the regular season before losing to a good Central Valley team in the second round of the playoffs. So they've got a few runner-up trophies. Today, the Knights go for the big one. Larry?
Thanks very much, Doug. Appreciate it. We've got a state championship coming your way. It's the Knights and the Blue Devils. Class D2 title on the line from here at Memorial Stadium. We'll be back with all the highlights coming your way.
Did you know that the #1 reason officials quit is because of verbal abuse from parents and fans? We are losing officials, and we need everyone to respect the ref.
Judges help students to find their voice and become lifelong supporters of the arts. Without these individuals, NSAA activities would not be possible.
I cannot participate in the activities that I love without these officials and judges. So please, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the judges judge.
Constellation is a natural gas commodity supplier in the Choice Gas program, helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $400,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
Have you heard about FAFSA?
It's like a form you fill out.
Fill it out and you get money for college.
Easiest way to get money for college, hands down.
FAFSA. It's a life hack.
It's your way in.
So you want to help me pay for college? I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. How is this not trending on all the things?
It took me like 30 minutes to fill out.
So easy.
How much am I gonna get?
This is a hidden gem.
Fill out your FAFSA.
FAFSA.
Drink water, buckle up, fill out your FAFSA.
The NSAA State Football Championships continues tomorrow on Nebraska Public Media Sports. Live streaming is available at the Nebraska Public Media website and on the Nebraska Public Media app. Be part of the championship experience.
Raindrops here at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln as we get set for the #8 Sandhills Thedford Knights. And look at this. Here is the parade heading out of town in the Sandhills area. Sandhills and Thedford, maybe 15 minutes apart. And that's a parade, David.
Yeah, that is. It's not official till you get the big vehicles, right? So what are the 2 prerequisites for a parade, LP?
The 2 prerequisites for a parade?
What kind of trucks do you need?
Oh, you have to have a fire truck?
Yeah, you gotta have a fire truck. What's the other one?
An ambulance?
Oh, they got a chemical truck, so obviously you need one of those, don't you?
Have a chemical truck, you're right. Hey, we've got showers, 44 degrees, and you see the temps there. Let's go to our public address announcer. Here's Heath Kramer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Memorial Stadium in the 2023 Nebraska School Activities Association Football Championship Finals for today's Class D2 contest between the Sandhills Thedford Knights and the Wynot Blue Devils. The NSAA is proud to recognize our premier corporate partners, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, the Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, and Nebraska Orthopedic Center for their outstanding support of NSAA activities. And now, for the introduction of players and coaches. First, for the Sandhills Thedford Knights. Number 3, Kobe Higgins. Number 5, Kyle Cox. Number 10, Aiden Hall. Number 14, Carson Cooksley. Number 20, Mo Robinson. Number 32, Zeb Wild. Number 38, Caden Sudever. Number 48, Rhett McFadden. Number 50, Brady Dolberg. And number 55, Tyson Hickman. The head coach for the Knights is Tyson Cox. And now the rest of the Sandhills Thedford players and coaches.
There they are, the Knights from Sandhills Thedford. They come in at 11-1 on the year. Their only loss earlier this year to South Loop. That was in a 48-34 game. Avenged that loss in the postseason to get here. So 11-1 is their record. They are fantastic on the ground, a total of 394 yards per game, scoring better than 53 and allowing 21 points per game. Led by head coach Tyson Cox in his second season. And there's Tyson's son, Kyle, who leads the way for the Knights. Let's go back.
That's not a typo. That's 64 touchdowns. That's not a misprint.
That's right. All right, let's go back to Heath Kramer.
Now let's meet the starters for the Wynot Blue Devils. Number 1, Zach Foxhoven. Number 2, Joseph Sudbeck. Number 3, Alex Sudbeck. Number 7, Ian Haberman. Number 13, Carson Weisler. Number 16, Jay Schrader. Number 17, Dylan Heine. Number 21, Andrew Haberman. Number 44, Emerson Gunther. And number 60, Brennan Hymas. The head coach for the Blue Devils is Steve Hymas. And now, the rest of the Wynot players and coaches.
Well, you think of basketball, not necessarily football, but here they are in their first ever state championship match. It is Wynot and Sandhills Thedford. 12-0 record, have not been beaten this year.
Explosive offense, too. The point should be a plenty in this one.
Right.
Wynot, again, equally creative, and it starts with the signal caller. He's a thin drink of water, goes 6'1", about maybe 160, but Heine can sling it, and he can sling it for about 2K.
Yeah, in the program, you over-exaggerate your weight. It says 155, so yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, he is something else, though. He can flat out spin it.
Let's go back to Heath.
On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association and its member schools, welcome to the 2023 NSAA State Football Championship Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America. With the Sydney High School Octet featuring Deanna Horst, Kennedy Hobson, Bryn Jones, Samantha Stokes, Duncan Carrasco, David Brower, Luke Euler, and Raven Dinnerog, under the direction of Jennifer Mead, singing our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Sydney Octet. They've got a soprano in there, don't they? Nice job with our national anthem. We've got state championship football coming your way in Class D2. It's Sandhills, Thedford, and Wynot for the title. All begins when we come back.
Imagine a future fueled by soy-based possibilities. A future where creativity and productivity live together under one roof. A future that takes you from point A to point B to point Z, all while ensuring brighter tomorrows for our next generation. A soy-based future? It's already here.
Yes, we are a bank. Keeping your money safe and secure is something we take very seriously. We're also serious about meeting you where you are. Creating a community that treats you like gold. Wearing our name with pride. More information at fivepointsbank.com.
Phelps Memorial Health Center is now offering cardiology services on-site in Holdridge. The cardiology team is able to address high blood pressure, shortness of breath, coronary artery disease, heart failure, and more. Treatments may include medication therapy, minimally invasive testing, and outpatient procedures that seek to improve overall health. Whether patients need a cardiologist or are looking for specialized services closer to home, Phelps Memorial Health Center is here for your healthcare needs.
Big Red Wrap-Up brings you all things Nebraska football every Tuesday night of the 2023 season. Join me, Michael Severe, along with former Husker Jay Moore and weekly special guests for game breakdowns and in-depth analysis. This week, we recap the Wisconsin game and preview the Black Friday matchup against Iowa. Watch Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on World and again at 10 p.m. Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, along with Damon Benning, I'm Larry Putney. It's great to have you with us here for an afternoon game at Memorial Stadium. There's a look at your officiating crew. Wilson Alber, Daniel Alber, Troy Schmitz. Hey, look at the bottom there. Rick Stromer, the red hat, back for his 25th year.
Reliable.
You know what he's got in his pockets, don't you? He's got Oreos.
Yep. And the dark, delicious cookie meets the icy cold sensation.
He is a sensation. There's no doubt about that.
O-R-E-O.
So it will be Sandhills Thedford kicking it away. Slips through Joseph Sudbeck's hands and into the end zone for the touchback.
Maybe a little bit of nerves, but it is wet. The conditions will be interesting, especially for a team like Wynot, who's a little undersized up front, but they can throw it around the yard.
And the guy throwing it around the yard is Dylan Heine. You see his numbers there, 198 per game, 25 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing on the season, over 2,000 yards through the air. So out of the shotgun, they'll give to Foxhoven in the back. Foxhoven with a nice carry on first down.
Yeah, Foxhoven is shifty. They'll use him a lot of different ways. Took one on the thigh right there. And you look at Heine's build and you're thinking, you know, I joked with you about your 28-28s. He's about a 24-32, 34. But man, can he spin it. I'll go with 26-34s.
There you go. Second down and 2. Motioning out of the backfield is Koch. Hit him out in the flat. There is Sudbeck, near side. Sudbeck with a nice game.
Yeah, that's the matchup right there. Will be the secondary of Sandhills Thedford against the quartet from Wynot. They can get you a lot of different ways, and Coach Himes is creative, and I think he feels pretty good. Talking to him last week, I think he thinks they can score. They're just going to have to get enough stops.
First down of the first possession here for the Blue Devils. Given the backfield again, that's Foxhoven, near side. Foxhoven at midfield, the 40-yard line. Nice gains by Foxhoven on both of the initial first downs.
Yeah, I watched him warm up. He seemed a little injured maybe, and you see him kind of pull up there a little bit. If he's battling some sort of pull or a strain, boy, he knows that this is it. It's now or never.
572 yards on the season, 7.7 yards per carry. Which
very good in small spaces, too.
Equals what he's done.
He's shifty.
On the option to the right. Pitched outside.
Yeah, Sandhill defensively, they're going to have to, they get you a couple of different ways, as we see a player down here for Wynot in the replay. It's just all spread. They attack the perimeter, and they can get you vertically, too. Oh, he got rolled up on the back of. That's Carson Weisler, too. I mean, counts for about 72 yards per. Hopefully he can shake that off. Weisler, a really good player. Multifaceted, like a lot of these skill guys for Wynot. Sometimes they run it, they got the quick screen, the tunnel screen game, then they'll get vertical. It's a very creative offense, but when you got a guy like Heine that's distributing the football, he like I said, he'll throw it around the yard, front yard, backyard, in between houses. Good to see Weisler up, moving around.
Carry was good for the first down. In denied territory. Foxhoven again. He's met right at the line. That was going nowhere, and a nice play by the linebacker, Kobe Higgins, who has 82 tackles on the season.
Yeah, active, likes to get downhill. He's a little different. Watch him take on the block. He uses his hands. Note for all the kiddos at home, you want to be a good football player, starts with being able to use your hands. Keep people away from your body, especially if you're a little undersized. He finds the football.
Wynot has been able to stay on track. The first couple of first downs behind it now here, lobbed out wide open on the grab. Near a first down, but not quite on the grab by Chase Schroeder.
Yeah, that's almost unfair. Schroeder looks like he's pulling. They give you run action, and he's right by you in the pass route. He's hard to account for, and that's good touch from Heine. Now they're in business.
25th catch of the year for Schroeder. Brings up 3rd down and short, about 1. Foxhoven in the backfield along with Heine. On 3rd and 1, Heine follows Foxhoven into the hole. That should be enough for a first down, and it is down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, this sounds interesting to say out loud, but I can after watching them so much. 3rd and 4th and short is usually a comfort zone for most people, but the way that they throw it and spread you out, you almost think they'd like a few more yards.
The shorter distances are more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, I get it. Well, they got a few more here. 1st and 10 to go from the 20. Quick hitter, incomplete. Just dropped by Sudbeck out of the flat.
Well, and he's a good one, too. He can get you after the catch.
Joseph Sudbeck, Alex Sudbeck.
I like those uniforms. You don't see gray pants a ton. Snazzy.
Yeah. 2nd down and 10 on the option. Good keep there on the decision by Heine to turn it up. Get him about 6 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, it does just enough with his legs to keep you honest. They spread you out. A little sweep keep. Reading the end. Good decisive run from Heine. He's crafty.
Decisive is right. Did not wait. Read quickly and got upfield. There is Tyson Cox. On 3rd down. Option out, fumbled it, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, just now you see me, now you don't. The play before, Heine did a really good job of reading the end, right? This time the end slow played him a little, baited him into the pitch, and played pitch as we take a look at the replay. This is a keep all the way, but he gets out there and he pitches it. That ball is in harm's way. Foxhoven didn't get a good look at it, but he's probably thinking he's keeping that as he's watching that unfold.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and 5. They lost a yard on that last play.
Yeah, considering they average probably about 9 yards per play, this is in the wheelhouse.
From the shotgun, Heine looks to his right, across the middle, caught right at the yard to gain, and that's enough for a first down for the Devils.
Yeah, they're not uncomfortable with that at all.
Carson Weisler with the grab.
Good to see him back after getting rolled up on. Decisive passing game. Comes right behind the little speed out, settles down in the hole, ball's delivered on time. Pretty good pitch and catch.
Inside the 10, so it's going to be first down and a goal. Good drive here to open up the game for the Blue Devils. Foxhoven kicks it outside, tries to get the corner, and a nice play made by the defensive secondary. Coming up from that cornerback is Kyle Cox to make the tackle.
Yeah, good player. He's small in stature, but man, his Cox tough. We'll see that when he's on the offensive side as well, but good job. They get the kick out block. Foxhoven gets outside of that, but this is closing time. Look at this. That's a great open field tackle.
Second down, goal to go. Open out of the flat, fought off the tackle, and a nice tackle made by Mo Robinson, who fought off the block.
Yeah, a little bit more of that. How about you misread the #1 defender versus #2? They went to the wrong guy, left Mo unblocked. That's easy pickings for Robinson. Probably got to block the first level defender.
Let's go down to Doug.
Well, you saw Carson Weisler come in for that key 4th down play. They took a look at his left ankle and foot over here. He still hobbled a little bit, kind of like Pullman was for Stanton earlier in our first game.
3rd down, goal to go. From the 7, the keep. Wrapped up and pulled down to the 6 after about a gain of 1. So that brings up 4th down now for Dylan Heine and the Blue Devils.
Yep, and it's and goal, so it's scoring or bust here. And if you're Sandhills Thedford, I watched a lot of these routes from Wynot on tape. If you're going to put your heels at the goal line, don't give ground, because Wynot is very good at getting to the sticks. In this case, it'll be the pylons. They'll get to the end zone, and that ball will be somewhere on the way if they're in rhythm with this offense.
Play clock already in 7-6-5. They're going to have to hurry up here on 4th down. 4th and goal to go, and a timeout is called by head coach Steve Hymas, who came running down the sideline to get the timeout before the snap.
Yeah, and he's like, that's on me.
Timeout,
It's late
Wynot.
coming in.
Timeout.
They have a little more working room now, but the concepts will still be the same. Look for the ball to come somewhere around the goal line and pylon. They're very good with timing routes.
I mean, David, if you're Wynot, you've just chewed up half the clock in the opening drive.
And you've showed some run game, too, in Wrinkle. You've got a 2,000-yard quarterback, and you've been able to establish a little bit of the ground game to keep Sandhills at least honest, because you don't really want to go back and forth. Listen, Wynot's explosive.
Yep.
But I think they're thinking, let's get this thing into deep waters and see if Sandhills likes to play that way.
24th overall appearance in these football playoffs for the Blue Devils. First ever trip into the finals. How many state basketball championships do you think Wynot has?
6?
Oh, it's more than that. Boys and girls combined?
Oh, 18.
Yeah, I bet it's around that. We'll take a look. I'll let you know later.
Thank you.
Trivia question. 4th down, dropping back, across the middle, got it! Great toss, great grab for the touchdown. Carson Weisler pulls it in on 4th down.
Yeah, I get the sense I've seen this before, right? You get to the down to make, and the ball is on its way. Weisler right to the goal line, and no surprise, here comes the football. They do this about as well as any look where that is. Wow. That is on the end line. They do that about as well as any passing offense I've been watching. A lot of chains throws, sticks throws to the pylons. Good timing offense.
They've not attempted a PAT this year, so they'll go for it. Over the middle, caught. Nope, it is not.
Cox took that away.
Cox, yeah. But I thought he had it in his hand, and Cox ripped it away.
An impressive drive to start from Wynot. 15 plays, 65 yards, smidge over 6 minutes. Well done.
Good start by the Blue Devils. They lead it 6-0.
Some jobs are hard work, long hours, busy days, late nights. But there's something in us that keeps us going when we know what we're doing is making a difference in someone's life. Because it's the hardest jobs that are the most important, and that pride you feel makes it more than worth the effort. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
A little rainy here at Memorial Stadium.
Impressive drive. We've talked about this, I feel like all morning, right? The 2-point conversions, though, D2, D1, schools that aren't accustomed to kicking extra points, you have to be very careful about chasing points early.
So Foxhoven will kick it off. Higgins back deep along with Cooksley. That goes out of bounds. Good starting field position here for the Knights.
You have to be careful about giving Sandhills good field position. I watched them against Johnson Brock. Got a chance to see them avenge the loss to South Loop. It can get you a couple of different ways.
Illegal procedure.
But it starts and ends with Kyle Cox. He'll get some help from Higgins, who's pretty complete.
25-yard line, first down.
Got to watch without question for Wynot is Andrew Haberman. He will be all over the place.
So our
He
first
looks good in that 21.
Yeah. First look here at the offense of the Knights. 11-1 on the season. Avenged their only loss of the year. They lost to South Loop. Avenged that in the semifinals to make it here into the state championship. Final of that one was 33-18. Cox in the shotgun. He will keep. On the right side, spins away from the tackle. Good gain on first down for Kyle Cox. And you're going to see a lot of this, David. It's going to be a lot of snap directly to Cox. And
he's like a running back back there. I don't know why you laughed at the 21 reference. I was just thinking of the Cranberries or Drake. I don't know what you had on your mind.
I think everybody knew what you had on your mind.
Yeah.
We were just surprised that
you're talking about. You must have meant the musical references. The one thing that I like about both these quarterbacks.
Are you?
No, I'm
You're not even going to let me get there.
I've worked with you for seems like half my life. I know what's coming.
Second down and 6, up the middle. There goes Cox again, out near the 44 or maybe the 45-yard line on the carry by Cox.
So I think you're going to be surprised watching him. Although he's small in stature, he's one of those guys that gets behind his pads. Whatever he weighs, he gives you everything he's got. You can tell that he's ran the football for a very long time.
Third
he runs
down.
much bigger than his size.
Third and short. They'll go up under center. And a push. Good enough for a first down. Out near midfield, maybe to the 48.
Isn't it interesting? If you have the patience as an OC, we've seen quarterback sneaks probably average today. 5 yards per.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Our crack statistician says minimum of 4.
He's probably keeping track of it, too.
I know.
Got a spreadsheet over there.
Rain Man. We haven't even really stretched him. We're going to have to get creative. We're making it too easy.
48, 12 divided by 4. There it is. Look out. There goes Kyle Cox. Cox inside the 15 and shoved out of bounds. Good hustle to save the touchdown by Carson Wheeler.
Yeah, really good job at the point of attack here up front. Really sets the table for Kyle Cox. And I'm telling you, he doesn't need much of a crease. You see the 2 pullers. He cuts it back, and he's kind of skinny. He gets underneath the kick-out block, which is a big one up front, and he's off to the races. Boy, the poor Dylan Heine. All 155 pounds of him having to fit in the run game versus a puller.
30-yard gain of the carry. Here he is again. Cuts that back up inside for a short gain.
You know, we talked about this earlier, you know, with our first game. One of the things that I really admire when we do these D2, D1 games, it's not only just guys playing both ways and tackling and running and catching. It's their ability to carry the mail for such a long time, right? You'll see 30 carries, 35 carries. They don't blink.
Right. Well, he's averaging 37.5 carries in the playoffs. There it is again, and that one's good for a touchdown. Kyle Cox.
LP, I just didn't pick that number 30 to 35 for my health.
You do?
I had a guess. I'm not old Glenn over there, but I can count. It's easy pickings, isn't it? That's the game within the game right now for Wynot is can you hang in up front? Because they can score.
2-point try. Cox keeps, tripped up by his own player. And the 2-point try is no good, and we're even at 6. Another look at 5'10" junior Kyle Cox.
Yep, gets the 2 pullers, gets the lead, and he's just going to find a crease. Look at his patience. And then once he sees the crease, he's through the crease. 6 plays, 65 yards for 6 of them. A lot of alliteration there. Only 2:30 off the clock. But he's just getting started. You can tell watching them, he's a rhythm guy, so he gets a feel for what's happening up front. It's kind of this peekaboo style, but when he sees it, he can hit it.
Yeah, you got a sense right there, very patient, just waits for the daylight and finds it.
It reminds me a little bit of, this is a strange analogy, but when you think patience and peekaboo style, reminds me a little bit of Le'Veon Bell. He allows blocks to develop, and he can see creases, small ones too.
A couple of people already reach out to me on, what is it, X now, and also direct texting me saying, would you finish your thought on the number 21 thing? We don't know what you're talking about. And what I was going to say is I thought you were referencing the fact that number 21 won an Orange Bowl MVP back in, what was it, 1990?
It seems like the 70s, LP. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Shame on social media for wanting you to go there. Thought we were friends, X. I gotta X him out of my
Let's go down to Mr.
thought process.
Let's go down to Mr. Duda. Do you have anything to contribute on David Binning's MVP?
Stop. Re-kick.
Now we're gonna re-kick. Down to Duda.
Yeah. But well, last time Nebraska was in a bowl game was a long time ago, so it had to be a long time ago.
Here we go.
But I'll tell you what, DB, you talk about this game here. 2 years ago, this Sandhills Thedford football team had to look at the Tyson Denkert train, run them over a little bit.
Remember that.
And now you got Wynot, a totally different football team. And Cox kind of reminded me a little bit there of Denkert, who, by the way, is just a sophomore at Midland, first team all conference with all those national powerhouses like Northwestern of Iowa and the teams that are winning national champions up there at Morningside too.
You remember watching him, and I said, I'm telling you, like, if somebody gives him an opportunity, he's just he was a good, gifted, natural runner. He was unbelievable.
So talented. Yeah, that was fun to watch. All right, Caden Zudevern is back to kick it away for Sandhills Thedford. Sudbeck is back deep. Takes it at the 10-yard line. Here's Orange Shoes, bringing it back. He'll come near side. Good return.
So we've done this a long time, LP. How many Zudevrans have we had? It seems like, so I can think of like Zudevrans, Molinas.
Yeah. Bellinas.
There's
some football names that just stick out, aren't there?
Who am I missing at Oakland Craig? Is it Brands? It seems like there's been a few.
Yep. There's a great research project.
Well,
most frequent last name in a state football final. Somebody sent us that note. There's Foxhoven. Gain of about 4 for Foxhoven, out past the 30 to the 32.
Dude has been doing this for half a century. He probably has it in his Rolodex.
He was on the sidelines for the first state championships back in, what year was that, Doug?
About when he started to let his hair grow.
Doug, they're not going to turn on your mic and let you defend yourself. I'm so sorry. Second down. And 7, they'll call it. Little float out into the flat. Good grab.
Isn't Heine so good with his ball handling?
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed. He's been well coached. A lot of the screen game, people, he throws screens. It's threefold, right? You have to have the timing, the faking from the quarterback, and then you have to have an athletic offensive line too.
Yep.
Yeah, I was here for the first game, guys. The very first one. It was a 6-man championship. Go Wallback.
I told you.
Yep.
He can do it in his sleep.
From the 46 on 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Little wheel route, tipped away. Good defensive job by Sandhills Thedford. That's number 3, Colby Higgins, out of coverage.
Yeah, he's a good one. We'll see him a lot all over the place. And the timing just wasn't there. He wanted to get rid of it early. That's good film study too. They like that concept out when they go wide like that with the stacked duo. He's a good player right there.
So 4th down, they're going to go.
And it's no problem. They probably tack on a few yards.
4th and a couple. The option near side. Pitch. Guy has the corner and got the first down.
Great block on the perimeter. It was almost a block in the back. I think Higgins is looking for it. Take a look at the replay here. I thought he may keep it. But watch what's going on here on the perimeter. Oh, boy. So that's why he thought it was the call. It's friendly fire.
1st and 10 on 4th and 2. So now into night territory. Good nifty little shift right up the middle there by Heine.
Yeah, see how crafty he is? It's not like he's fleet of foot, but he knows what he wants to do. He puts that end in a bind. They're reading him. If he plays quarterback, he's pitching it. If he plays pitch, slow play, Heine's getting downhill. It's their version of the option. Got good toughness for his frame, too.
Fox over to the backfield. Fake it to him. They'll go up top. Looking near the end zone. Out of bounds. And incomplete. Joseph Sudbeck, the intended receiver. Good job in coverage by Sandhills Thedford.
So from my favorite high school historian, Tony Chapman, he tells me that combined there's 8 girls titles, 1 boys title in hoops. So I was
so 9. You were close. Yeah.
Well, if you count the 2 times 2 that I missed it, that's not close.
I bet they've been there 25 in the finals combined. What up, keeper? Nice play. Fought off of the block and made the tackle. Good job, number 32. That's Seb Wilde.
Yeah, so you kind of watch him on film, and he wears the smaller kid number, but he plays pretty big. Look at him straighten up an old lineman and then use his hands. When those guys come free, always expect to make the play. Don't be surprised. Look how stout he is right here.
All-State last year in 2022.
He's got great hands, good leverage, good center gravity, low base.
123 tackles on the year, 9 quarterback sacks.
Yeah, he's an active son of a gun.
Cross the middle, diving, tipped away on 4th down. And the Blue Devils come up empty.
Yeah, you're gonna love him. Higgins he flashed on film. He's just all over the place, and he's a tough guy too. Watch this. It's a lot of other teams. That's a completion and a tough catch. Boy, that was almost threading the needle, wasn't it? He's going to take a shot from Cox, but from what I've seen, these wide receivers very adept at catching balls in traffic.
So turned over on downs, and now the Knights with an opportunity to take a lead. They take over at the 28. Cox again, right up the middle.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. You watch that real time, and it didn't look like much. You look up, and it's 2nd and 4. That's what Cox does to you. For a smaller guy, he understands falling forward in pad level.
Back down to Doug.
Yeah, I can't let Chapman trump me here, Benning. 7 of those girls' titles between 2011 and 2020. And Wynot Volleyball was 3rd this year at the state tournament.
I love it.
How many total appearances in the finals in basketball for Wynot boys and girls combined, Doug? We'll come back down to you later.
Oh, that is outstanding. See, that's why I love this. Right, that's why I love our crew.
So good.
Right?
Yeah.
Not to be outdone.
Prior to snap.
God
Dead
bless
ball.
Duda.
Illegal procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down. 2nd down. Dang.
Dang. I love it.
Oh,
good stuff.
These guys, it's their Super Bowl too, man. Let's have some fun. How about how quickly this first quarter went?
And that does it right there at the end of 1. It is all knotted at 6 between Sandhills Thedford and the Blue Devils of Wynot. 6s from Memorial Stadium. We'll be back. Stay with us.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The Kubota MX Series is ready to help. You can mow, move hay bales, grade, and clear brush and snow. Equipped with a cab for any conditions. Loader lift capacity for jobs of all sizes. hydrostatic or gear transmission options. The Kubota MX Series. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNesports.com.
Life is full of milestones. Let Wayne State's graduate programs be your next big moment. Whether you work in education, criminal justice, business, public relations, human resources, information technology, or sports and recreation, our programs provide pathways to the next level in your career. Flexible and online, a Wayne State graduate degree helps you write that next big chapter in your life without having to put your life on hold.
Coverage of the 2023 NSAA Football Championships is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Knotted sixes here at Memorial Stadium in the Class D2 state championship between Wynot and Sandhills Thedford.
I've got dueling D2 geniuses.
All right.
Tony comes back with 11 girls, 3 boys, all since 2005. Take that, D2 Duda.
Firing back. Turned it up, spins out of one tackle, still churning forward out to the 35-yard line. That's a good gain. About 5 or 6 on second.
Isn't it amazing for his size how he comes out of the back end of those? I just kept rewinding and rewinding. I'm like, wow, he's amazingly tough. It started when I went back and watched the Johnson-Brock game because I really thought Johnson-Brock would deal them fits. That's a good football team. Cox would have none of it. That was him and Pelican dueling at the quarterback spots.
Cox again. That's good enough for a first down past midfield and into Blue Devil territory.
Yeah, so a little different runners than the guy that I'm getting ready to bring up, but he reminds me of Mazur. Remember when we watched Wyatt Mazur? As we take a look at the replay, you wondered how he was kind of always falling forward coming out of the back ends of these. Watch the little subtle shoulder turns, the fighting, the spinning. A little bit like Wyatt.
Yeah. Wyatt's maybe a little more squatty, right? But very similar, I get it. Still on his feet.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, right on cue. It's just what he does. The fight at the end is worth another 1.5 yards. And a lot of times, as the game wears on, he stays up. He has exceptional balance.
Yeah, look at that. Off of the defender and still on his feet. Sandhills Thedford has run 10 offensive plays for 89 yards. All 10 are runs, all 10 by Kyle Cox. And make it 11.
Great lead block by. See what listen. So he's either listening or I know what I'm talking about. It's got to be that he's listening because we know the latter isn't true. But you watch the lead block from Higgins and Heine, just the feel and the rhythm that they have together. Wynot's fitting. They're not bad here on the fits. Look at that. You're good at the. I mean, that crease is narrow.
Yeah. One more for you, David. 11 girls, 1 boys. Those other 2 are third place games. Let's get it right.
Oh! All right. In our continuing quest for accurate numbers on Wynot basketball titles, boys and girls combined, and still waiting for number of total trips into the finals.
Where else other than on this great network are you going to get the attention to detail and the back and forth other than Nebraska Public Media? That's why we tune in.
3rd down and short. My money's on Kyle Cox for the carry. And he got it. First down inside the 10.
See the patience?
Down to the 8-yard line.
That's why I said, you know, emotionally, see, why not you just have to kind of hang in there, right? You're as a coordinator, you'll pull your hair out. Hey, who's fit? Where were we? Who was? I mean, this is just I mean, those are very small creases. You don't draw that up on a dry erase board. Hey, who has B and a half gap? You say who has B gap?
B gap, right.
Yeah, but he splits it.
Left side, cuts it back. Slips through one, spins, in for the touchdown. What a run by Cox.
He's definitely listening. Gotta be listening. It usually takes a little more time for him to come out of the back end of those, but watch this as we see the replay. He just finds his own crease. They fit it. He breaks 3 tackles. He's unbelievable.
Wow. 14 plays in 2 drives, everyone carried by Kyle Cox. 112 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and a flag here.
Boy, that hit after the whistle is the hardest shot he's taken.
Right.
Wynot's just got to keep their composure. As long as this is
Prior to
win a
snap.
score or 2.
Dead ball. Snap infraction. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Redo the try.
They don't have to change a thing. Gonna have to get some stops, though. The full complement of the run game is still in play here. I know it looks like 8 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, ain't no hill for a climber. Look at the formation.
Throw back. Slip through one, dives toward the end zone. We're gonna have a flag. That's gonna be a hold out of the flat off the completion. Did he get it?
Now, so we saw one signal good, one said no, but the ruling has everything to do with whether you take or decline the penalty.
Right. Yep.
So they're gonna have to talk about this. Was the conversion good?
Block in the back. On the offense. 10-yard penalty. Redo the try.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, I think it was good. That left knee was down, but it looked like it had already broken the plane.
Herculean effort from Higgins. Not surprised with his effort level on tape, but now you're at, it's an untimed down, but you're snapping it basically from, it's 18 yards to make. Did I do that math right? I should.
You did.
I should ask
18.
Doug. Thank you.
2-point.
Oh, Glenn's
2-point try from the 18-yard line. Back-to-back penalties. He'll float it up. Caught! 2-point conversion, good. Mo Robinson pulls it in.
Yeah, oh, and he head taps. Oh, Mo. Say it ain't so. No real reason to play this snug when you have 18 to make in one try. Weisler gambles.
Wow.
And that's just Mo Betta.
It is Mo Betta.
Boy, this is a fantastic play. We've seen some guys high point some balls today, haven't we? Early. A lot of 50-50 balls. It's pretty good accuracy from Cox, too. He put that in a place only his guy could get it. More like 70-30.
Impressive. Down to Doug.
Well, Mo Robinson has been waiting a long time to make a play like that, boys. He is just a sophomore who last year, as a freshman in high school track up at Burwell, was in the long jump, and his leg snapped in the long jump. He just returned 2 games ago against Johnson Brock and is making the most of it right now.
Wow.
That's a heck of a story. And our second Burwell reference today, too. Not getting that anyplace other than here.
We're still waiting for you up there, by the way, DB.
Yeah.
Up in Burwell.
I've seen enough of what Phelan Sanford and some of those guys do, tackling things that move that aren't people. Yeah, I don't know about that. I lack a little courage. I mean, my man is tackling things with horns up there.
You were saying earlier all this talk about, John Cook, cowboy, and you want to really be a cowboy. You said go rideable. Is that what you said?
Yeah, no. Well, speaking of the reference, that's all hat, no cattle. No, that's not what I said. Leave that to Coach Cook and his undefeated volleyball team.
Yeah, you want to get on anybody's bad side.
Not his.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
You're not getting me.
Yeah. All right, 14-6 now. Knights have taken the lead here in the second. We'll see if the Blue Devils have an answer.
Yeah, they won't blink. They'll stay the course. This is well within the confines of their offense. This is kind of what they do. Especially when you got a signal caller like Heine. You're in business.
Coming up halftime, we're going to hear from John Dolliver of the NSAA. We'll also have halftime highlights and stats of the first half action here in Class D2. On the option, pitched outside, carried by Cook out there, and hit hard.
Oh my goodness.
All right, Brett McFadden, we hear you.
Again, toughness not an issue for either one of these football teams. You want to fill in the run game? Ooh, ow, you see the specks of the water fly off the helmet.
Then the drop on the other side by Sudbeck.
Yeah, so that's interesting. That's his second one. Can't let the frustration mount. He knows he's a pretty good player. He's got to hang in there. 2 early drops, though, for Sudbeck. Uncharacteristic.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Oh, this is critical at this juncture.
Need something positive here. Dropping back over the middle, too high for Sudbeck, who takes a shot by Kyle Cox.
Yeah, he had him open on a little end breaker. It's a flag down. We'll get the
Holding on the offense.
I was just getting ready to say, too, LP, I felt like Wynot's offensive line is doing a good job against a pretty prolific pass rush. Yeah, but he had him open on the little skinny.
Holding on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So that'll bring up 4th. Dylan Heine is the punter, so he will drop back to punt for the Blue Devils on 4th down and 8.
Picking up everything at home.
Yeah,
Double your
great.
pleasure. You want to hear what's going on the field?
It's terrific.
Okay, now it's decision time here. Because that gets you to 4th and 3, and that's very manageable. Heck, 8 was manageable.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Would not be surprised to see them change. Oh, and here we go. You got to do something here with the run pass option from Heine. They've shown you kind of the pitch look, but they'll go empty with the backfield.
So Dylan Heine from the shotgun. And he will kick it away. Gets a good roll inside the 20. Down to the 16-yard line.
Kind of like the call. It's creative. You gained about 9 yards off the roll.
A quick kick there.
He gets it off like a punter, too. Doesn't take his time. He's just a good athlete. Now they got to play defense here.
Look out, outside. There goes Kyle Cox. Driven into the ground on the tough tackle by Carson Weisler.
Yeah, you can hear Wynot's coaches screaming for a hold. But boy, is Cox good. All right there at the point of attack. Just a good block. Cox gets to the edge. He just reminds me of one of those guys that when he gets out of bed and though his feet hit the floor, size is irrelevant. I mean, he's ready to take on the world.
Boy, good step through there in the backfield, out to midfield on another terrific carry by Kyle Cox.
Exactly what the tape showed.
Wow. I don't think we've ever seen this in a state championship, Damon. 16 plays for an offense, all on the ground, all by one player, all by the quarterback.
Yeah, we've seen some things, but I'm gonna go with you on that. I don't remember saying this, and you and I have done this a long time.
And another one. Gain of 6 on first down.
You know, because the 2-point conversion technically is an untimed down.
Right.
This is unbelievable.
Second down, and they're going to call it 5.
So the one thing, you know, well, there's a couple things you couldn't really tell, you know, watching so much tape, but the pop and the snap that the offensive line comes off with, I can hear it now with the mics down there. They look like they come off the ball. Now they sound like it too.
Run blitz there, and he still steps by 2 defenders and gets positive yardage.
Yeah, see, they're going to try to take those pullers on and make the pile, but you have to be careful because if you play downhill like that real sudden against counter, he only needs a little crease. It's not even a gap, it's just a crease. So that is high risk, high reward, but I get the intent because now you got 3rd and 3.
Third down. Cox again. He'll go wide. That's going to be enough for the first down.
I mean, Wynot is selling out to stop. I mean, look at this. That's just who he is. See Wynot fitting now on the edges. I mean, they are bringing some run blitzes to try to be disruptive. It's just too rhythmic right now for Sandhills offense. Reminds me a little bit of the South Loop game.
19 carries, 149 yards in this first half for Kyle Cox. And
with 6 and some change to play, LP, 19 carries.
I wasn't sure that it was relevant, but Kyle Cox came into this state championship with 950 yards rushing in the postseason. He needed 317 in this game to break the all-time postseason record in Class D2. It's in play now.
Yeah, 100% is in play. I mean, he's up to 157.
Right. Yeah, halfway there, and we still have 5 minutes to go here in this second quarter.
I'm just going to try to say that to myself. He needed 357?
317. So, you know, I'm thinking 317. He's not going to get 317 in a championship game, right? Yeah. There's a first carry by someone other than number 5, Kobe Higgins.
Higgins can catch it too.
Higgins with 548 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns on the year. Good enough for a first down.
Yeah, it's interesting on the spot. They didn't call for a measurement.
We've gone away from the days when every time it was close we had a measurement, you know? I mean, thankfully, we've gone away from those days. But you remember when we have a first half where we'd have 5 measurements.
So now we've introduced the degree of difficulty of spotting the ball. So maybe those 2 things go hand in hand.
That's right. That's right.
With this front from Wynot.
Packing it in. And once again, he just steps through. We've got 3 flags coming into the pile late.
So you get the premise, right? You're going to play downhill with the run blitzes. You're going to try to gap Sandhills out, but he doesn't
Personal
really
foul.
need a true gap.
Face mask. Defense.
I mean, they're literally creases. They aren't really holes.
No.
They're creases.
Yeah. But he's going into contact that he's, you know, I mean, his yards after contact right now are through
Personal
the roof.
foul, face mask, defense, half distance goal, result play, first down.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no grab. I mean, he's up around the helmet. That part is obvious, but I don't know about the face mask.
Inside 5 minutes before halftime. Cox again. Near side. Cox walks it in.
That's the downside. You miss, and it's a wrap. They fit it inside. They tried to guess C-gap. He just gets outside the fit. Look at this.
Pops it outside, walks it in. Touchdown.
Yeah, just outruns Weisler to the corner, and Cox is feeling pretty good about himself. I think a guy that looks like he's 8 would be that tough, but man.
Got the corner. Extra point. It is good. 2-point conversion. 22-6 now.
Goodness, the babyface assassin. How about the kick-out block? Did you hear that?
You could see it early. Well, it's been a Kyle Cox first half for Sandhills Thedford. The Knights, they've run 23 offensive plays, 22 carries by Kyle Cox. It's fun to watch.
He is very crafty. Remember, we've been a little sarcastic with the 64 touchdowns on the season. I said that's not a typo.
Right.
At this clip, they add up in a hurry.
Right.
9 plays, 64 yards. Speaking of 64, and that one only took 321. Well, he could get the 2 Bills by half. I mean, wouldn't that be something?
Wow. 168 right now. Well, let's see if Wynot has an answer.
Yeah, they will. They play hard. And I don't think they're going anywhere emotionally.
Zudevern will kick it off for the Knights. Driving kick right to Sudbeck.
All sorts of creases.
Sudbeck's got a room. He comes near side. Sudbeck midfield and shoved out of bounds. Good return.
Yeah, he is really capable. He's had kind of the 2 drops early, but he's a guy that is extremely explosive. They may take a shot here early just to try to seize the momentum, but emotionally, at least this early on, Wynot's not going anywhere. And he could have taken his pick here. He starts vertical, then bounces, which is always the key to a good returner. And here he goes.
.37 yards on the return for Sudbeck. Under pressure. Was that caught? It was. Right at Alex Sudbeck.
Yeah, fortunate to have that one back. Broke free a little too free on the screen game. Gonna try to set up the little delayed screen. Watch how this ball bounced. Oh, goodness. Zeb Wild is active, isn't he? Now that one was easy. He was unblocked on the screen game, but he's a handful.
Out of the flat, just a little too tall for Foxhover.
Yeah, there's some things concept-wise that are there for Wynot. They need Heine to just kind of settle down a little bit. It's easy to panic, right? You see down 16, but their offense is still in play.
3rd down and 12.
built a little bit differently than some D2, D1 teams where it's like you get behind and you're not comfortable throwing it.
Under pressure. And he'll be sacked, taken down.
Yeah, he's just, Wild is just a monster. He plays so hard. In an obvious pass situation, he tries screens and draws to slow him down. He beats the double team. He just split it.
Great play by Zeb Wild. 10th quarterback sack of the season. Forces the Blue Devils into a punt situation, and now with 3:07, plenty of time still on the clock, and that's where the Blue Devils get into some dangerous territory here.
Yeah.
Prior to the snap, dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Lots of instruction going on.
4th down and 27 after the sack and the penalty. End over end. Rolls down to the 6-yard line.
Okay, so now 200 yards at the half are really in play.
Oh, absolutely.
For Cox.
Yep.
Plenty of real estate and plenty of time. Wynot's going to have to hunker down in there, especially, it's not necessarily the defensive line play, it's what's fitting behind. You can't get discouraged. You have to just stay the course, second to second. They're in the right place. You just have to get him square. I know, listen to me, right? Like, get him, Kyle Cox square.
Right, good luck, yeah.
During the kick, we have a personal foul on the receiving team. That'll be enforced 15 yards from the previous spot, repunt.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Why would they want to repunt if it's down at the 5, David?
That's, unless they signaled something's amiss there. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think both coaches were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to, it was 4th and 27, so the 15 yards is not going to give you a first down. It's probably not going to change whether or not you kick it.
Unless you think it's going in the end zone, take the yardage.
But if it goes in the end zone, it comes back out, right? I mean, the ball was
to the 10, right? Because was that down on the 5 or the 15?
That was down on like the 6-yard line. It was on a 6.
Yeah, maybe they're hoping this goes in the end zone and you start at the 15.
But the penalty was on. I see what you're saying.
Right?
I'm following you. Yep, got you.
I think they want maybe the yardage on the, if it goes in the end zone.
Got you.
Based on it.
Okay, following you. Yep.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yep, still the quick kick.
And they win.
There you go. Yep.
They were doubling down that he couldn't do it again.
Gotcha. I had the penalty on the wrong team.
So he did point the wrong way. It was on Sandhills.
Okay, so that's why.
Now that makes complete sense.
See, you were confusing me, and I think.
Well, because he pointed the wrong way.
He did. You're right.
I said that initially. I was like, well, did he point the wrong way?
Right.
Thank you, Glenn.
That's why we need spotters. It's like herding cats up here.
Hey, Doug, you want to clear it up?
Yeah, guys, but I thought it was a dead ball foul. One of the Sandhills Thedford defenders was laying on top of a Wynot player right at midfield and didn't exactly get up right away. Saw the flags come out after the ball had already landed at the other end. But
so if it was
definitely what it was.
If it was dead ball, though, the possession change would be irrelevant.
Okay.
I think.
Look out. Still on his feet. Spun out of a tackle. Still dragging carriers down to the 25-yard line. What a run by Kyle Cox. And that might put him over 200 yards rushing in the first half.
As we take a look at the replay, I said these runs usually don't start to happen until the second half. He's starting to come out of the back ends of these in the first half. But when I said that, I didn't realize he was going to be on his 24th carry. A lot of times that doesn't happen until the second half. He's at 205. It's in play, Larry.
Wow. Those old Sandlot games where you're always the first taken and nobody really wanted to play if you were on the other team.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that. Maybe you would.
That's the guy who was usually on the other side. You're like, yeah, I'm good for today.
I had a pretty good neighborhood. I didn't go first.
Let's come back and redraft tomorrow.
Look at this. Higgins leading the way. Little seal block, the kick out. This is a textbook clinic. I mean, you're talking about sweep, power, and counter, all from the QB spot. This is power run game. Line up and stop it.
Still 2:02 to go here before halftime.
Oh, goodness.
Cox, right up the middle, down inside the 5. Fumble, was he out?
It's a great job.
Was it out?
Yeah, he ripped it out. I thought. Should I call my shot?
They're talking it over. The ruling on the field was
on the field is a fumble by Sandhills, head for first down. Wynot?
So my giveaway is Cox looking at the screen. If you think you're down, you're typically signaling down. Big body language guy, Larry. Sometimes it pays off. How about Weisler just ripping this thing out?
Nice little nut.
What do you think?
Yeah. This will be the look, I think.
You got a team tackle. Here comes Weisler. He's still up. That's out.
That's out. Would agree.
Boy, you talk. Oh, how about that?
That was big.
That is huge.
Big, big.
I'm telling you, you're going to chuckle, but I feel like I'm batting a high percentage here. They can score in plenty of time here. And remember, I said, Wynot doesn't strike me as the type of team that would wilt emotionally.
Yep.
The effort strip at the end is a play that lets me know they're still in it mentally. They haven't wilted just yet, because you don't go in there raking at the ball if you're conceding that they're just moving the football. That's how you know you're it's a well-coached team right there.
Looking downfield. Nearly intercepted. It had 2 players there. One tipped it away from the other.
Yeah, they're in their film scout. See, I said when they go to that double stack, a lot of times you get the little wheel route concept. It's not going to be there. They're sitting on that wheel. And that's Higgins you're messing with. Be careful.
Higgins tipped it away for Mo Robinson, who thought he had a pick.
So if you kind of got a pet play or a counter play off of that formational look, now would be a good time to go to it, because Sandhills is kind of in that, they're in that formation.
3rd down and 3, try to keep the drive alive with 1:40 to go before half. Underneath, looked like it was tipped by Rhett McFadden.
Yeah, McFadden is one of those guys that you can't stand playing with unless he's on your team. I mean, look at him get out in the passing lane.
Oh, yeah. Got a finger on
it.
it.
That's beautiful. I mean, that is relentless in the pursuit of excellence. I mean, that's tippy tips. It all matters, young fella.
Absolutely. And he punts it away. Picked up the 30-yard line. Here's the return.
It's great coverage.
Higgins takes it back near midfield.
Piney finds himself in punt situations again. He may have to back up another 2 yards. It's dangerously close. I get the illusion of maybe throwing it from the quarterback spot. You better back up and be more of a punter. They've almost gotten to a few.
Last one was right there. So 1:26 to go, still plenty of time here for Sandhills Thedford, and all this does is back Kyle Cox up and allow him to put some more yards on the board. 225 yards rushing here in this first half.
Got him just follow his blockers, just patient. Wanted to cut it up. He's like, nah, where's all my help? I'll get behind those guys. They're kind of escorting me. Oh, who I really like for Wynot. He kind of flashed on film. And Andrew Haberman, he's got 126 tackles coming into this game, so you know that he's active. Just watch his effort as this game wears on. Plays hard.
Gain of 4 on 2nd down and 5 brings up 3rd down.
And now the body language is starting to change a little for Wynot. A little more talking to the officials, a little more a few more palms up. I mean, I get it. This is things like this kind of, they eat at your soul as a defense.
From the 35. Slip through. That's enough for a 1st down. They're going to say it was fumble again. Was it out? No, they're going to say ball was down. And a timeout taken by the Knights. Their first of 3 timeouts taken. They still have 2 remaining.
Take a look at the replay here. Oh, I don't know.
Close. Very close.
Does 1 tush equal 1 knee?
Was the hip down?
I love the mics down there.
Yeah, isn't that good? Oh, that's out.
Yeah, that's out, LP.
Yeah, that's out.
I don't think the old rear end was down. See, if he was a little, you know, if he's like you or I, he'd have had, you know, we got a few more inches. We'd have been down.
I expect here momentarily we're going to hear the previous play is under review.
They're just no quit right now. I mean, continuing to fight and rake and strip at the ball. I'm telling you, that's a team that believes in their coaching staff.
Kyle Cox back in the shotgun.
Well, not going to take a look-see, huh?
Nope, they're not.
Wow.
Back to throw. Out of the backfield. Nice defensive effort, tipped away. Defensive play by Carson Weisler.
Heine's showing some athleticism getting out of his back pedal.
What, Heine there that made the play?
Well, now you're gonna give me pause.
13 or 17. It must have been 17, so it was Heine. No room there on 2nd down and long.
Holy smokes. Are you...
Flag on the play. Yeah.
Wait, Haberman is getting downhill trying to fit in the run. They don't have it. They're not shy. This team isn't shy.
Holding on the offense.
And they're starting to kind of slow Sandhills down a little bit. Their physicality. You wouldn't think so looking at the score and kind of the methodical way in which Sandhills is running the football. I mean, they're playing with some reckless, and I mean reckless abandon.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down. Wynot has elected to have the clock stop on the ready for play.
I get it. The rule is theirs. Or the choice is theirs. Watch these guys get downhill. I mean, that is really good. Foxhoven and company.
Yep.
That slow-mo didn't do it justice. He is thumping.
Down the field. Into the end zone through the fingertips of Kobe Higgins. Almost had it. Higgins had him beat.
I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty impressed with Wynot's fortitude as we take a look at the replay here. 50-50 ball. Oh my goodness. It's closer than I thought.
There.
Oh, just mistimed his jump too. That was part of it, but still a fantastic effort from everyone.
3rd and long. Quarterback draw. Gets about 8. Foxhoven is down.
Yeah. He's kind of been laboring since the start of the game, that first series.
Timeout. Why not? That'll be their second charge timeout.
They can still run their offense here too with 30 some odd seconds left. I just talking about their fortitude a few minutes ago. The ability to hang in there mentally, the way that Sandhills is running the ball can be demoralizing. So for Wynot to still be there with their hands up prepared for the fight, it's pretty impressive. I think teams have tapped out for less, that's for sure.
Kyle Cox coming in, #1 in scoring in all classes, #1 in total yards, #2 in rushing at 24-13. Trailed only the guy we saw in the last game.
Yeah, and again, both juniors.
Right.
And Wilkie's a junior. Cox is a junior. We've seen Schluter already. He's the old man of the bunch as a senior. Been able to kind of thus far stay away from anything too bad from an injury standpoint. Hate to see it at any time, but particularly in the state championship.
Still checking on Zach Foxhoven, the 5'10 senior outside linebacker and running back for the Blue Devils.
There he goes. Just wanted to see him sit up.
Yeah. He's grabbing that area.
Yeah. He wasn't moving around. It was the same thing on the first series, though. It's kind of bugging him, and he stayed in the game. He may have come into the game with that injury.
He's struggling. Not good news for the Blue Devils.
No, especially with his versatility.
Let's go down to the field to Doug Duda.
Yeah, the trainer's telling Foxhoven, just take your time. We're going to get you into the locker room before the teams run off here. So, as you can tell, and as you've shown, moving gingerly, they're going to take him to the locker room. Maybe something in that rib area.
Fourth down and 14. Thank you, Doug. Kyle Cox. Back to throw. Thought about going. And a good play by the Blue Devil defense. So they turn it over on downs. And with 28 seconds to go, an opportunity for Wynot.
Yeah, I don't know about that, right? You punt the football. This offense doesn't need a ton of time. 28 seconds from almost midfield. I mean, that's...
With the timeout, yeah.
It's kind of an eternity. Now, the passing game has struggled a little bit. They have to stay from going outside or the bottom of the numbers. There's plays to be made along the hashes. They just have to be willing to work there. There it is.
Incomplete. Intended receiver Carson Weisler.
You know, that's why we don't want to talk about plays ahead of time. It does seem like they're maybe listening to us. And look at this. That's on the hash. You see those little dotted things right there, LP? Those are hash marks.
Oh, he'd still be running, too. He'll get another crack at it.
That is there for the taking.
Out of the flat.
We talked about the situational awareness from Bartu last game where he sprinted for the sidelines to give EMF a chance. That's one of those where once you break that initial tackle, you got to be thinking, where are my sidelines if I'm Sudbeck safe? Why not the timeout?
Third Cardinal charge timeout.
So they'll take the timeout for one last try.
You got a 50-yard play in you, or half the field, 40 yards. Maybe a little
hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder.
Yeah, I like the hook and ladder.
Roll.
Yep, I like it.
Although if you check the dictionary, they'll use both as interchangeable, but it technically is a ladder roll.
Hook and ladder roll?
Yes, correct. Would you like to Google?
It would make sense.
You're giving me that eye.
I just...
Like that's that 7-10 split eye.
It's a colloquialism. If everybody says it, that's
for those of you at home. That is a word that is used regionally.
Wow, look at David Benning. Oh, look at this hook and lateral, and another lateral. They're going to try to keep it alive. Can they go to the far side? That is going to end the first half on an exciting play.
Well, my heart kind of stops a little bit. Bellevue West did that to me once at the half with Lester Johnson Jr. and they scored.
That'll be the end of the first.
The whole Halucha-Wecki, Cluster Johnson Jr. tandem nightmare.
Well, for having one team that does nothing but keep it on the ground, that was an awful long first half. 22-6 is the score at halftime. Here's another look. Let's go down to Doug.
And why not Coach Steve Hymas? The defense made a couple of key stops there, taking you into halftime. That's got to be pleasing.
Yeah, I thought our defensive times played well. We just got to tackle better. That's the biggest thing. Is we're a physical team. We've got to tackle better on the defensive side.
Got an injury there to Foxhoven. Didn't look too good going in the locker room. What do you have to do if he's unable to go?
You know, we got to have the next guy step up and play. You know, that's what we've done all year. So next guy's got to step up and play. That's what we're going to do. So we'll make plays after that.
You beat Howells Dodge, you beat St. Francis, you talked about Bloomfield, all these teams. What's different about Sandhills Thedford?
You know, they're another downhill running team, and they run a lot of various downhill running game sets instead of one or two. So we've just got to keep coming after them. We've got to make some plays. We can't get pushed down line on our defensive line. So that's what we've got to stop.
And finally, Coach, it's not the weather, but what can you do to get the passing game a little bit more what you want to do and what you've been able to do all year?
Yeah, we just haven't taken some advantage of what they've given us. We've tried to go deep too many times. We can't win this game on one play. We've got to understand we've got to win this by having a series of plays and stuff put together is what we've got to do to get this game closer so we've got a chance to win.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you.
Coach Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Doug. We appreciate it. We are at halftime of the D2 title game. 22-6, Sandhills Thedford, the Knights leading the Blue Devils. Halftime coming your way from here at Memorial Stadium.
Finding your story starts at a place where possibilities align with potential. Chadron State College, where adventures lead to accomplishments, where opportunities connect to engagement. With a wide range of undergraduate and graduate programs, plus thousands of friends, CSC has everything you need to find your story. To get started and schedule your visit, csc.edu.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live.
These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 cause of death in students involved in activities. 7,000 adolescents lose their life annually due to sudden cardiac arrest.
If defibrillation through an AED is administered within the first 3 minutes, survival rates increase to 74%. If an AED is used within the first minute, the survival rate rises to 90%.
For every minute that passes without defibrillation, survival rates decrease by 7 to 10%. Are you and your school prepared?
Coverage of the 2023 NSAA Football Championships is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. We're at halftime of the Class D2 State Championship. I'm joined by Assistant Director of the NSAA, John Dolliver. John, responsible for a couple of sports. In the fall, he has girls golf, basketball, when we hit into winter. So let's start with girls golf and talk about the championships this year.
Yeah, the girls golf championships went very smoothly. Weather is always a big factor in a fall championship when it's outside, and the weather that we had was outstanding. I know we're going to talk about the communities that we were in a little bit, but they did a great job. And so this fall was one of those that you want to remember because of the weather, and then obviously the great golf that was played by the young ladies across the state.
Well, it's interesting. You have such a great staff, and you run such a great event, and you have great communities that it really does sometimes come down to, hey, was the weather good? Because that can dictate whether or not it's a great time out there for everybody, or if it's not.
Yeah, and we had 2 top 10 days when we played.
That's great.
So it was no snow, no wind, anything like that. It was just beautiful, beautiful weather.
So what's it take? Tell me about what it takes to run a successful championship.
Yeah, so the big thing is our volunteer base that we have. We put scoring monitors with every group that goes out, and so for our communities, they help us find those scoring monitors. And when you have good people that help you, and you think about that, that's a lot of people. It's 20 to 25 people at every course to help out as a scoring monitor. And then we have our rules officials, the Nebraska Golf Association. Justin Ahrens and his crew do a fantastic job. It's one of our activities where the officiating is outstanding, and those guys help make us put on an outstanding championship.
Communities courses?
Yeah, so Class A this year was in Grand Island, first time in a long time that we've been back in Grand Island, and they knocked it out of the park. Class B was in Scottsbluff, Scottsbluff Country Club, and then Class C were at Lake Maloney and in North Platte, and they did a great job as well. They've been longtime hosts, and so it's great to be in such good communities where we're welcome and wanted, and really appreciate the work that they did.
Well, let's talk about cross country. That back in Kearney again, I would assume.
Yeah,
they do just such a great job out there.
They do a great job. Brady Bonzel and his crew with how they set the course up and the stuff that they do for us, and then obviously the Kearney Country Club and Jamie Swift and her staff, and the way that they embrace cross country. It's a golf course that we run on, and so when we're out there, we're the #1 thing there that day and the day before. And so I can't say enough about them and what they do for the cross country folks. Weather again outstanding. We were just shy of about 8,000 people out there, so the event is growing and growing, and so can't say enough about what Kearney does.
Let's take a look at who won the championships. We'll start with girls golf. Lincoln East in Class A. In B, it was Omaha Duchesne, and then in Class C, Broken Bow won the state championship. On the cross-country side, it was Lincoln East, again, a cross-country winning the state title, so they doubled up in golf and cross-country. Norris in B, Kearney Catholic in C, you see Hemingford in Class D, and then finally boys cross-country, Prep, Scott, Gothenburg, and St. Pat's winning it. Let's jump ahead to basketball because there are a lot of changes coming up. Why don't we start with the shot clock? Because I know Class A was last year, Class B this year. Maybe talk about the future of the shot clock in basketball.
Yeah, so we implemented the shot clock last year in Class A. We're headed this year, Class B voted on it, passed it. We're implementing the shot clock in Class B this year. Our board has actually allowed the lower classes to utilize the shot clock if they want to. And so if a C1 is playing another C1 and they have the capability of using the shot clock, and both teams agree to it, we're going to allow them to do it as a trial basis. If a Class B school hosts a smaller class school, they can also agree to use that. We just had our November district meetings, and we moved the shot clock along in Class C1 and C2, and also in D1 and D2. So the membership will get a vote in January to see whether or not we're going to add the shot clock to the other 4 classes.
Well, I know it's always a membership decision, but what's your gut feel on it?
I mean, I think it's got enough momentum right now that I think it will be implemented, and it will be 3 years of when we first started, and I think they see the benefits of what the shot clock can do for the game of basketball, and it's one of those things where I think we're moving down the tracks, and it's coming.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's John Dolliver, Assistant Director of the NSAA. Always great to have him with us. We're at halftime of the D2 title game. Sandhills Thedford on top.
Constellation is a natural gas commodity supplier in the Choice Gas program, helping inspire young Nebraskans through hands-on learning. Constellation has given more than $400,000 to 4-H and FFA organizations across the state, helping support youth in your community with opportunities to achieve real-world success. Because we believe that powering communities means empowering our future leaders. With Constellation, a contribution to 4-H and FFA is in the stars.
UNK is a place where education happens through hands-on learning, and going the extra mile gets rewarded. It's a place where you can put yourself out there, reach your goals, and set new ones you never thought possible. Be yourself, but develop the best version of you. UNK can show you what you're made of. Serving Nebraska and focused on your success, people here will always have your back. That's the University of Nebraska at Kearney.
Les Miserables. The timeless musical is now on tour, a story of broken dreams, unrequited love, and the survival of the human spirit. Les Miserables. At the Lead Center for Performing Arts, January 9th through 14th. Information at leadcenter.org.
Live streaming for the NSAA Championships are also available at the Nebraska Public Media website and on the free Nebraska Public Media app.
Back to take a look at the highlights of the first half. We'll start with the Wayne Blue Devils. They came out first possession. David looked good. Marked it right down the field.
And a little bit of a rhythm, kind of staying outside the numbers. And, Heine was getting rid of the ball on time. That was kind of the key.
That one got the first down on 4th down right at the marker. And then right at the goal line again for the touchdown. After that, it really, the tide turned, and it became all Sandhills, Thedford in this downhill running game of Kyle Cox.
I liked what Coach Himes said, though, with regards to his team at Wynot. He said, we have to tackle better. So it goes along with what we've been talking about in the first half. As you watch these runs, you'll see you guys in position to make plays. And right here, he just kind of comes off of tackles, and it wears on you. That's not even really a crease, right? That's a sliver, and he fits through that.
Look at that.
Another missed tackle. So I get what he's saying. It's not so much about the fits as much as when you get there, make the play.
That was the last touchdown. It made it 22-6 after the 2-point conversion, which was from 16 yards out, I believe. Here's a look at halftime stats, and you can see 247 rushing yards for the Knights.
That's 547 yards on.
I think it's 247.
That's 247.
Yeah, there you
right?
go. Yeah, yep. I don't think he threw for 300.
Yeah, so you're on pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're on pace for 500 yards total offense. That's unbelievable. It's been the one-man show.
We are at halftime of the D2 title game. We'll take a break and come back. Third quarter action coming your way from Memorial Stadium as the Thedford Knights try to wrap up a state title.
It may be small, but this little bean fuels power. It powers a food industry as a source of protein. It's a fuel that powers diesel engines while reducing emissions. It powers a state economy and bottom lines. And it powers the rest of the world as a Nebraska export. Yeah, it may be small, but we're finding more ways for this little being to power Nebraska.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. They all get done with the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor. Attachments designed to keep you moving. The Kubota BX Series with hydrostatic transmission. For more information and participating Nebraska Kubota dealers, KubotaNEsports.com.
Thank you for watching another sports broadcast that members make possible. Join the Nebraska Public Media Sports Partners Club to support all the great high school and college sports we bring to you. Explore the benefits of joining at nebraskapublicmedia.org/sportspartners. Nobody does Husker volleyball and high school championships better than we do. Join the team and keep it going. Thank you.
Coverage of the 2023 NSAA Football Championships is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. You know, the Blue Devils, in order to get here to the state championship, knocked off Howells Dodge. Howells Dodge was in last year's state final. Let's take a look back at the D2 title game from last year.
Third-ranked Hitchcock County put a halt to top-ranked Howells Dodge's 25-game winning streak with a 22-12 victory. The Falcons' stifling defense allowed just 52 points going into the title game. The Jaguars' 12 points was just the second time all season a team scored more than once on Hitchcock County. Trailing 12-8 at halftime, the Falcons struck on a 45-yard touchdown to take a lead they wouldn't surrender. The victory is the first championship for Hitchcock County in any sport.
And welcome back to the D2 State Championship. We're at the half, 22-6 in favor of Sandhills Thedford. And Tyson Cox, head coach, is with us here to talk about it. Coach, I know you would have wanted to punch one in before halftime there, but a pretty good start by your ball club. Let's start with Wynot scoring right away. You've shut them down since then. What was the key?
You know, I think our boys were just a little nervous coming out, you know, and it's just had to get them in front of us and kind of get in the groove of the game. And I think once we did that, we were good.
What about Kyle? Was this the game plan coming in? Could you have imagined 32 carries and you really only called a couple of pass plays and one other run?
I guess, yeah, it was the game plan. I wasn't probably expecting 32 carries, but he's on a roll right now, and we just keep giving him the ball. I keep asking him, like, you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm ready to go, so we're good.
Do you have to make any adjustments here at halftime to get ready for this second half?
Penalties. We had a few penalties. We need to cut down on the penalties, and maybe, you know, the one turnover hurt to not get points in the end of the half. So, you know, just keep pounding the ball, winning line of scrimmage.
Got to hold on to the ball, obviously. What do you do? Is it weather-related? Is it just why not trying to take you down at the very end there?
I think Wynot was doing a good job coming after the ball. They were really stripping it, going after it, and we just got to hold on to the ball. I told Kyle, I said, just get two hands on it and keep, you know, he's trying so hard to get them second, third effort yards. I said, just hold on to the ball. We just need to finish the half and get the win.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Tyson Cox, Sandhills, Thedford. They are 2 quarters away from bringing home that state championship, Larry.
Thank you very much, Doug. Appreciate it. Take a look at, go ahead.
Contrasting styles. You know, Coach Hymas, he was thinking to himself, hey, listen, we just need to tackle better and get our legs underneath us, take advantage of what we're getting, being more patient. Coach Cox is like, okay, you're up, 22-6, and he's thinking, what do we need to add to this to kind of continue doing what we do? Very contrasting styles.
Well, we're here in the D2 state championship. There was another title that was played late last week, and that was the D6 state championship. It was SEM battling Hayes Springs, and here is Hayes Springs with the touchdown, taking the lead. It was a tight game the entire way. As a little bobble here by Hayes Springs, and ended up converting to take the lead. And then the touchdown here, SEM answers. That's Hayes Springs that answers. And then the block kick. And SEM wins the state championship 21-20 on a block kick. Here's a look at the numbers. Maddox Jones with 170 yards.
Well, they all add up, don't they? Including the points, the 2-point conversion, and we get the 1 over.
Let's go down to the field to Doug.
Yeah, you don't see 21-20 very often in those 6-man games, do you? And I was going to, you answered the question, Damon. I wanted to know if you knew why that extra point block was so big.
Well,
because it was worth 2, not 1.
Now he's just messing with me.
6-man extra point. If you kick it, it's worth 2.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, 100%.
So that would have been for the win, Doug.
Yeah.
Not just, not the tie.
Yeah, FTWLP.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you think I'm kidding. If there's anything you want to know.
Yeah, you call Doug Duda.
Just ask him.
Right.
That is good, though.
You know, there's a question I have for Doug. Doug, what's the weather like down there?
You know, it has kind of quit raining. We had the heaviest rain of the day, if you want to call it that, probably towards the end of the first quarter, early second. And right now it's just kind of hanging on us. Really not raining at all, heavy mist. Wind is still doing its thing.
I was going to say, is the wind a factor for Heine?
Wind is blowing harder than it was in the first game today. Maybe not significantly, but it looks kind of north to south. So why not? We'll have the wind at their back here in the third quarter. They better take advantage of it.
Onside kick pulled in. Woo. Right off the bat, the Blue Devils going with the onside. Good heads-up play by the Knights.
Yeah, that was a fantastic job by Martindale. How about, because the ball was over the wrong shoulder.
Right.
And he still grabbed it. Well, that's...
Nabbed it out of the air.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Guess who starts out carrying the ball here in the second half? Kyle Cox one more time. 245 rushing in the first half.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if Wynot will try to ramp up the run blitzes, or they'll just try to tackle better, right? Because you don't want to get too crazy, because schematically you weren't bad. It was once you got there. So the adjustments, I wonder, this will be interesting to watch.
Cox again right into the middle of the pile. Another short gain. That's going to bring up third and less than 1.
Yeah, right on schedule for this offense, picking up where they left off. Some really good underappreciated players right now that have just been all over the place. I mean, guys like Rhett McFadden.
Yeah. Zeb Wild, you've mentioned his name a couple of times. That just leans forward, although I'll tell you that I was getting 7 or 8 yards in the first half.
Yeah, and I didn't really mind Wynot's defensive line up front. I felt like they were pretty good at the point of attack. I just think number 5 finding the smallest of spaces was the difference.
An offensive line up front for the Knights. Tyson Hickman, Rhett McFadden, Zeb Wild, Aiden Hall at the tight end.
Zuderman gets work.
They've been terrific. Zuderman in there right now, yeah.
Look at this.
Just fighting for the extra yards.
It's overtime. It wears on you as much mentally as it does physically. One of the things that I wanted to see as we take a look at the replay is, you know, you watch the tape and I keep seeing this guy come out of the back ends of these runs and falling forward, and he's kind of like this twisting, whirling dervish. I wanted to see his size up close. It's not a big guy. Not a big guy at all. I thought maybe 175. There's no way.
A lot of heart. Slips through, got the first down on the carry on the right side. Coming into this game, you talked about it earlier, Damon, he's averaging 37 carries per game in the postseason, total of 237 yards per game. He eclipsed the 237 at halftime, and he just now had his 37th carry.
Yeah. And right now he's about 53 yards away, 52 yards away from a record. 1,000 yards in the postseason.
It's remarkable. He's well over 1,000 now. Good job to grab onto the shoestring and hold on the tackle by Andrew Haberman.
So 317 today puts in uncharted waters for playoff rushing, correct?
At 317, he sets a new record, yes, for total yards rushing in the postseason in Class D2.
Goodness. Goodness. Pads continuing to crack.
It just continues to come out the other end, too. By the way, Tyson Dinkert of Kennesaw set that record of 1,267 yards back in 2021.
Yeah, I think we were at that game.
Yeah. At the championship, might have been.
I think we were there.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, look at this.
So interestingly enough, earlier today in the first game, Clint Bellina's record at Howells, which was set all the way back in 2009 of 1,300 plus, was broken. And look out, here he goes in for the touchdown and continues to add and pad his stats. Kyle Cox with another touchdown.
Take a look at the replay here, just getting the edge sealed. It starts out as a kick out, but then Higgins does his thing.
Yeah, what a great block.
And it's easy pickings. Now you're kind of seeing some of the spirits wilt a little bit here for Wynot. Key drive coming up.
So the Knights trying to make it a 24-point lead. Doesn't get there. So it'll be a 22-point lead for the Knights over the Blue Devils.
So Higgins must be their 2-point guy. Right?
Yeah.
Need a 2-point conversion. Let's find Higgins.
Yeah. Let's look at it again. Kyle Cox, the junior quarterback from Sandhills, Thedford, has been unstoppable here this afternoon.
Some jobs are hard work, long hours, busy days, late nights. But there's something in us that keeps us going when we know what we're doing is making a difference in someone's life. Because it's the hardest jobs that are the most important, and that pride you feel makes it more than worth the effort. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
People that win national championships are incredibly competitive people.
Coach Cook is at his best when he's the hunter.
We knew people would maybe underestimate us because we did lose so many players. Let's forget about all that and let's focus on our team and our culture.
It's a lot more complicated than it used to be, and he's found the formula for now.
I still can't believe we won a national championship. Did we just really do that?
They did it! Can you believe it?
Sunday night at 8 Central on World.
One more look at that last touchdown. Kyle Cox walks it in.
So poised, so calm. And he's got another year.
Yeah.
There's some high school, there's some total touchdown records that have to be in jeopardy.
Yeah, you would think, right? Zuderman. Take it at the 25-yard line. That's Andrew Haberman out past the 30 to about the 32. And the Blue Devils need something good to happen right here. See if they can get it going. There's Coach Steve Hymas, 14th season overall, 86-40. He was assistant at Hartington Cedar Catholic from 2006 through 2009.
I really liked what he had to say to Doug at the half. I think he was spot on. Be patient, play catch. There are plays there. You can't get it all back, and they had to shore up the tackling.
On the option, nice grab from behind to keep that play alive. Cook with the carry.
Yeah, Cook filling in. I mean, Foxhoven obviously was a tough loss for them, but they have so many interchangeable parts with their skill guys.
Let's go down on the field to Doug.
Well, Coach Hymas has plenty of athletics in his family. Of course, you got Lane and Brennan and Kyle. They're all on the team. Lane, a nephew. Brennan, Kyle, cousins. His brother coaches the basketball team. His wife and sister-in-law are in the school system. Maybe that's just like a lot of D schools. The whole family is there.
No doubt.
Yeah, those intermediate, middle of the field routes are there. I think that's kind of the adjustment they've made in the passing game when he says, take what the defense gives us. That's on time. That's a good ball right there.
Riesler with the first down. And the Blue Devils on the move in tonight territory. Much there. Kobe Higgins with the tackle from his outside linebacker.
Goes into contact well for a quarterback that is so slight of build. Take a look at Higgins right there. He's been all over the place.
Second down and 8. Heine back in the shotgun. Cook behind him over the middle. Nice grab. Chase Schroeder, the tight end, with his 26th catch of the season.
That's what kind of the concepts I thought we would see a little bit earlier.
Holding.
1, 2, 3, back foot
On the
hits,
offense.
balls out. Yeah, right at the tail end.
So that'll back up the Blue Devils. Wipe out the nice completion.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Second down and 18 now. Out into the flat, nice grab. Quick move by Carson Wiesler.
Wiesler starting to get involved a little bit with a quick game. Can Heine stay on rhythm? Guys will be there, just not going to have a ton of time to hold the ball in the pocket.
The thing about this Wynot team is they can win a shootout, right? I mean, They did it against Howells Dodge, 32-26. They did it at Bloomfield, 36-30. We got a senior quarterback, 4 primary targets, all senior wideouts. They're not afraid of the moment. Just gotta grab those.
Yeah.
Sudbeck, his 3rd drop.
Normally pretty sure-handed, having a tough day today, but those are those in-breaking routes that are available in this offense. Now it sets up a pretty difficult 4th down. Man, that ball is on time. Tough one. It's full speed behind him. It's a much tougher catch than it looks. Significantly more difficult than it looks. Heine's been off just a little, a hair with his rhythm.
Rolling to his left, under pressure. Great completion. Finds his tight end once again, Chase Schroeder. Schroeder inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
How about that one on the move?
Great play.
Pretty accurate, too. Drop down a little 3/4. Well, how about that delivery?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that is something. Can't make a living doing it. Your shoulder won't hold up, but here we go. That was a dart.
First down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. At that time, shed one tackler, another inside the 5. Good catch and run after the catch by Joseph Sudbeck.
He's pretty twitchy, too. I liked watching him. He's really good after the catch. Doesn't give you a ton to hit. You got to figure out a way to get the deuce loose. Tough kid, too. Takes and gives some shots.
Second down, goal to go. Heine rolls to his left, pitches it outside, bobbled once, near the pylon, dives, and in for the touchdown. Crook put it in.
Just a little, the pause, getting it, playing the pitch. Oh, the bobble.
Yeah.
Didn't see that real time. How about the lunge here?
Wow, great job.
Yeah, left foot's in play, too. Good job by the officiating crew. They're right there.
Now for the 2-point try. These become important. Over the middle. Just misses Schroeder through his hands.
Still just a 2-score game, though.
Yep.
That'll be important.
Chase Schrader, a couple of big grabs on that drive.
Yeah, 8-play, 48 yards. 3:15 o'clock. It seemed quicker than that, but real time. 3:15 is what it is. 4:54 to go.
3 catches, 34 yards, including a long of 19 for Schrader, who's averaging 11 yards per catch.
Getting Schrader involved, and they got to figure out a way to get Sudbeck more involved too. Doesn't always have to be vertical because he's so good after the catch, but got to figure out a way to get the deuce involved too. Starting to spread it around a little bit. Weisler's going to get his. Good job on the perimeter blocking too on Mo Robinson. Boy, that effort is outstanding. It's pretty good multitasking too. Bobble, stay in bounds. It's an eternity left for this offense too.
Anybody home in the Sandhills or in Wynot?
No,
Don't think so.
I think all 300 from Wynot are here, friends and family.
Taking it to the 7-yard line. Mo with the return.
The 2010 census was 200 in Wynot.
Wow.
They're all here today.
You know how I know that? I wanted dinner off it earlier.
Yeah, funny man. Valentino's for you.
Can't wait.
Hey, I'll even make sure it's here for you. How about that?
You're the best.
Thank you.
You are the best.
Try to do what I can.
Look at the total yards for Kyle Cox, 290. All of those on the ground. That make it 300 plus. Just keeps dipping and weaving and dashing.
Just crafty.
Another 19 yards picked up right there.
He has such a good feel for the blocking scheme and kind of what's happening in front of him. He's patient. There's a sense of urgency, but he's not in a hurry.
He needs 318 yards rushing to break the record, 317 to tie it. And right now he has 309. And that's going to do it. Out near midfield. He is over 320 yards rushing, or maybe right at 320.
Just think about that record for a second.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about just the postseason.
Yes, in his, now what is it, 4 games, 5 games, 5 games in the postseason? In his 5 games in the postseason, he's rushed for.
Did they play an extra? Because I think it's 4, right? Is this the 4th?
I believe this is the 5th.
I think I would know, right?
You know who would know?
Who's that?
Doug Duda. Ooh, into contact. Still on his feet. Inside the 30-yard line. Boy, what a great carry there.
Larry, I'm telling you, he's not 170, but he understands pad level and being decisive going into contact.
There it is. Look at the record. 1282, Kyle Cox. That is a new D2 playoff rushing record.
How about being in attendance for both of these performances?
Yeah.
That is spectacular.
Right? Yeah. Now we can turn our attention to the all-class record, which was set earlier today. How about that? You gotta get
Be a record-breaking kind of day.
You got to get those numbers.
Do you know who would know?
Doug Duda.
Doug Duda.
So 12. Let's go down. Hey, let's go down to the field to Doug.
How about just any game in D2? Sertivan, I just looked that up, had 454. Now that's any game in the playoffs.
Right.
So he's got that, and yeah, 5 games, 8 in the regular season, 5 to get to 13-0 or possibly 12-1 for Sandhills Thedford.
Yeah. I was even thinking, maybe the all-class rushing record.
Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
How do I not know that?
I don't know. I don't know.
How did Jalen Bradley run for 496?
496.
Are you kidding me?
That's what I was just going to say. Jalen Bradley in a playoff game, 496.
I felt like he had about half of those against us in the second half. And
wow.
Of course, those were 100-yard fields, guys. We're only running 80 yards when you break it here.
Hey, that is just gaudy. It's absurd.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Kicking it out. Now it ducks it back up and under.
I've played against, I've coached guys like this. You watch them on tape, and it's very deceptive until you try to see them real time. Reminds me a little bit of the style of kind of not being overly top end speed fast, but coming out of the back end as a smaller guy. It's Calvin Strong at Omaha North was a lot like that. Really ran behind his pads well.
Once again, touchdown.
You just don't teach that.
That's 5 TDs for Kyle Cox.
Just a good natural runner. He didn't stop at just the one cut, right, to get back vertical. He gave you the cut back so he wouldn't get touched. This is right in your living room. Imagine seeing this. There's one. Let's just go back the other way on a free defender. I mean, that is a handful. 2, if you will. I mean, look at this.
Yeah. 2-point conversion is good.
See how he set up the block? I get it. You're how, but when you're on the field with him, it's vastly different. 47 for 360. Now for Hundo is well within reach.
Wow.
I guess I didn't realize Jalen Bradley went for 496.
Against Millard West in 2016. That is the all-time record in the postseason.
Oh.
D2 record is Jalen Sturtevant from Maxwell back in 2014.
I'm scared to say I would hope so, that 496 would be the record, but you
just did.
I mean, we've just talked about some gaudy numbers.
It's just ridiculous.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
496 is in play.
it's unbelievable.
Glenn's telling me no way. Okay. I'm just telling you. Wynot starting to wear down, and he's going to play.
It's only another 130. So look at that, it's 130.
He's averaging 120 a quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He's got 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
That's right.
He acts like I'm speaking Portuguese.
Wynot will take over right there. Down by 24.
You know, this is interesting too with the 24-point game. Of the games today, I thought this had the chance to be the most back and forth. Not necessarily, you know what I mean? Not
right.
I mean, obviously, Scott and Bennington on paper was going to be extremely competitive, but and this just they've just found a way, Sandhills, to neutralize this passing game of Wynot.
So Heidi back in the shotgun. A little miscommunication there with his tight end, Chase Schrader. Incomplete.
Well, that jersey's been through it, hasn't it?
Yeah. See a few of those out there.
I like that uniform style though, the color pattern.
Yep. Back down to the field to Doug.
Yeah, after the last touchdown, first time I saw Kyle Cox actually come over and put his hands down kind of on his knees and his hip, but he was okay. Everybody came over and talked to him. Dad/coach wanted to make sure he's okay. He said he was. And then Coach Dad said, you better give some love to these big guys up front because they're doing a bleep of a job down here. And he says, I know it. So the big boys up front getting their love as well.
I've had some fantastic conversations with coaches in preparation for these state championships. A couple come to mind. Coach Snodgrass was fantastic. Coach Bramer. We were going through the whole injury and the broken collarbone situation because Ben had broken his. But Coach Cox last week, it's a 30-minute conversation. I told him it probably meant more to me than to him.
Tipped away, incomplete.
Talked about the ability to coach his son and you know how his peers and other guys in the coaching profession said, you know, you got to take some time and stop and smell the roses. I said, hang on right there. You're already 2 steps ahead of me because I have yet to do that.
Yeah.
He said during the playoffs, he just gave him 2 series to call his own plays.
Gave his son 2 series. Just said,
gave Kyle 2.
You call it.
So said, you call it. I just want to sit back and watch. Wow. I almost dropped the phone. It was
power. That's powerful.
It is,
especially to a dad who's coaching a high level.
Right.
Yeah.
And I always try to take notes, man. It was fantastic stuff.
That's really cool, Dan. Not as bad of a guy as everybody thinks, my man. Great grab here on the outside.
I'm like Novocaine. Just give me time. I'll disappoint. There's no question. Give me time. Getting Weisler. So, you know, like I said, you know, Weisler's going to get his and he's going to get involved. It's need a little help. And I still think, you know, Sudbeck's a guy that you have to go back to because he's so capable of being sudden.
1:15 to go here in this third quarter. A little pump fake. Pumped it down. Oh, you saw that coming. And he's getting.
They're sitting on that concept. Sudbeck runs the vertical. Robinson has got the vertical, but he comes off to take the wheel route behind it. So he's just peeling off the route. That one's going to get called in high school every day that ends in Y.
Schrader took one there. Here's another look.
You see him trying to wait on that wheel route. There's a little hole throw.
Schrader knew he was coming.
Yeah, and here's the interesting thing. I think Robinson's intent was to catch the ball.
Personal foul. Defense.
See how he brought his hands to try to make the catch? The shoulder was to protect himself. His hands are as though he wants to make the interception.
Personal foul. Defense. 15-yard penalty.
First
down.
We put him in front, right? Like, watch this view. No. Yeah, they're calling that every day that ends in Y.
Yep.
They're not thinking intent. What actually happened?
So first down after the 15-yard penalty, down to the 14-yard line. Follow the blocker up into the hole in the draw. Quarterback draw goes nowhere. And once again, Rhett McFadden is there, along with Zach Wild.
How about that?
Zeb Wild,
that gruesome twosome right up the middle. You have your middle linebacker in your nose and some nasty individuals right there. Really, really good football players. And South Dakota's got a good one in Rhett. I think he's going. Wait, is it in the state of South Dakota? Is he going NAIA? I gotta check that out. It's in my mental notes.
Play clock expired.
Prior snap. Dead ball. Delay a game. On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Wynot hasn't been penalized very much. Just their 4th penalty of the game. I think right about and up until that point, it was what, 3 for 20?
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad. Wynot hasn't turned the ball over either.
No turnovers. You're right. Into the end zone. Boy, that was right at Kobe Higgins. Check that. That was Kyle Cox right at him.
Yeah, I almost jinxed it. He's not going to get very many easy, but he is trying to get the ball to Sedbeck vertical inside the numbers. This sailed on him a little bit.
Kyle wants that one back.
Yeah, 100%. Let it get to his body. That's problem number 1.
Third down and 14. Line to gain is the 5-yard line. Tosses it up and incomplete, out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th. 11 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter.
And he actually had Sedbeck too on the end breaker. You see him at the bottom of along the hash. Just been out of rhythm after that opening drive where they were so rhythmic and in sync.
Heine's numbers: 15 completions on 30 attempts, 112 yards and a touch. Brings up 4th down. And again, they could get a first down at the 5-yard line. Reverse pass, double reverse pass over the middle. Swatted away. Heads up play. Swatted away there by Kyle Cox.
Yeah, Sedbeck turned into a defender. Yeah, the problem with trickeration at this juncture is most think it's coming, especially with the down and distance.
So back out there is Kyle Cox with 4 seconds to go here in the 3rd.
I always, it's such an interesting dynamic, especially last year, right? Coming off the collarbone injury, I was scared with every snap, and I knew I still had to coach. I just wonder if Coach Cox thinks to himself, okay, enough's enough.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Well, you get while the getting's good. I was picking his brain about those dynamics.
We head to the 4th here in the D2 Championship. It has been all Sandhills Thedford.
There's a place in the middle of America where we stand up and stand out, bringing light that illuminates the best ideas and brings change. Understanding the heart of learning comes from the Heartland. Nebraska Public Media is yours, a space and community for everyone. We tell stories and amplify voices so that all can be heard, all from a place that we call home. This is Nebraska Public Media.
This year, we celebrate 150 years of the remarkable Willa Cather, a literary legend whose words have left an indelible mark on our hearts. Come along with us as we take a journey through her life and works, from her humble beginnings on the windswept Nebraska prairie to her rise as a literary luminary. Celebrate Willa Cather's 150-year legacy and let her timeless writings ignite your imagination. Sunday, November 26th at 7 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, there are the numbers for Kyle Cox. 363 yards rushing on the day. It's remarkable. Even to look at it there, it seems ridiculous. 5 touchdowns, 48 carries. And here's what else is ridiculous. He's 97 yards away right now from the all-time playoff rushing record that was set earlier today. It was set earlier today by Brecken Schluter of EMF, who finished at 14-10. And he said, I'm not done yet. I'm out to midfield.
It's like, you know, the enigma wrapped in a riddle, right? You're kind of just piecing it together. How you look at his stature, kind of the running style, and then all of a sudden you blink and he's got 64 touchdowns on the season, right? It's a little different. You know, we saw some powerful runners. We've seen this.
Yeah.
But he's probably the most different in terms of style.
Yep. Up the middle, slips the tackle. They get it from the backside. Nice play coming back to it by Alex Sudbeck with the tackle.
I don't want to make any assumptions. Because sometimes it's a cousin thing. I think Sudbecks are brothers. Be cool to play with family.
I think when you're from a town of, you said a 200, why not? I mean, I think everybody up there with a similar last name is either somehow related, right?
I don't want to butcher that, but makes me bring up the Dolliver discussion. According to social media, Jason was clearly the better athlete.
2 years younger.
I didn't want to say that to John because
I think when
I know him, he's like my favorite.
I think John won a state title when he was a senior, and he has to thank his brother.
It was just a sophomore.
Right, his brother sank the free throws to win the state championship. I mean, John didn't do a lot in that game.
Oh, here's something else. I got to meet Jason, see if I like him as much. How about how John was so dismissive of his size? Oh, no, we're not twins. He's a little guy. Like, wow. All right, John.
Yeah, Jason's getting behind the scenes picture right now. It's going to be an interesting Thanksgiving. The Dolliver family.
This is power set again. So that's, you watch him kind of get up slow and he needs help up and he's on his 50 some odd carry. At some point you think the dad kicks in.
Yeah.
And it's just a tough balance.
He just went over 400 yards.
Yeah. And we've seen it, right? Snodgrass and Bramer, and we've seen some father-son coaching duos. See one tonight with Turman.
Stretching out near the first down on second down. Very near.
It's just so surgeon-like. It's demoralizing. And Wynot continues. You can hear the pads cracking. Wynot continues to bring it.
Third down. They're going to say he did not get there. Third down upcoming.
I mean, you're looking at the mics and know what Coach Hymas is probably thinking right now. It's like, he just wants his guys to hang in there. You kind of want to do it for them. But they are showing some fortitude.
They'll get under center for this. Carry, near side.
Goodness.
Second carry of the game for someone other than Kyle Cox.
Take a look at the replay.
Kobe Higgins.
A little kick out block. He gets underneath. Watch the big fellow just lower his shoulder. Heine doing a good job. He's giving up some pounds there.
So inside the 10-yard line, it's 1st and goal, and he's tripped up at about the 3-yard line. It goes down at the 2.
Boy, I
thought he had it.
I missed that. But did he trip over Higgins' leg?
Thought he was in right here.
How about this view?
Ooh.
Whoa. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah.
That was strange.
Yeah.
Did he not want to put it in? I wanted to give somebody else the touchdown.
Oh, what a team.
That is exactly what it was. He wanted to give him the touchdown.
That is.
Wow. Kobe Higgins gets the touchdown, and what a teammate, Kyle Cox.
Oh. Oh, what a moment.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I wondered.
Yeah, well, we both saw the same thing. We didn't see, there was nothing to see.
Yeah.
Right?
That's pretty cool. That's a tight-knit bunch, and that's a great leader. That's a guy that as a junior will be back next year, too.
So they go for 2. Pounded in. Did he get there? Carson Cooksley?
They marked him short. Boy, a 9-play drive.
Yeah.
60 yards is 241 and some change. Heine giving it what he's got, all 155 pounds. Oh, I don't know.
That might get reviewed.
Yeah.
That might get reviewed. Yeah, Cooksley thinks it's in.
I think he landed on Heine, too. That's part of it.
They saw it on the big screen. Well, while they decide if they are going to review the previous play, let's take a look at the man of the afternoon. And without question, that has been Kyle Cox.
Just nifty runs, the patience. He can change tempo on you. He understands blocking schemes clearly. And then he has the toughness to finish runs. He is a sight. The film was a little misleading, so I wanted to wait. Because you don't really get it until you see it live. You wonder how he's doing it. But, I mean, he's just a handful. He's so patient in setting up his blocks. That's a skill, right? I mean.
Yeah. 415 yards.
Well, I may have to revisit that cup of coffee thing here in a minute.
And here's another look. Did he get in? Yes.
Yeah, and he's on Heine. It's a good call.
Yep.
Our replay, we're spoiled.
There is no doubt about that.
Absolutely spoiled. Good job by Heine. I mean, that's a quarterback, folks.
Not down. Balls across. Should not take too long to put 2 points on the board here.
Higgins up front with the kick out block, as violent as he is. He's got a bad arm. What's he like with a good arm, Higgins?
Right. Let's go down to the field and find out if they're going to put 2 points on the board for the Knights after that 2-point conversion.
After further review, the runner did cross the plane of the goal line. 2-point conversion is good.
So now you have Carson Cooksley, who scored in a state championship game. Kobe Higgins, who punched it in from one. Just the selflessness of Kyle Cox. I want to look at that again. I'd like to see that. He almost made it look like he tripped or something, didn't he? Kind of gave the, ooh, I didn't quite make it.
It's a pretty good acting job, too. Do you think he does theater at the high school?
He didn't just slide, you know? I mean, he didn't just take the knee. He actually made it, you know.
Well, he forced me to give a double take real time.
Right. From the 2-yard line, here comes Sudbeck. Far side. Good return by Sudbeck. 27-yard return back to the 39. So 9:16 to go. Outcome not likely in doubt here, 44-12. But this has not been a Blue Devils squad who has quit, given up, stopped giving max effort. We're seeing that.
Kind of thought Coach Hymas going into this one, thought he could maybe get one more stop, is kind of how this game may play out.
Motion across from the gun. Heine with it. Heine cuts it up. A little bad intention there by Zeb Wild. All-Stater Zeb Wild last year, likely to be All-State once again here in his senior season. 123 tackles coming in. 10 quarterback sacks on the year.
Controls the middle.
Pump fake out into the flat. Incomplete. This run that Sandhills Thedford has been impressive. They had a victory over #1 South Loop, whom they lost to earlier in the year, 48-34. Knocked them off 33-18 in the semifinals. Then they knocked off #3 Johnson Brock right before that. Knocked them both of them off in the playoffs.
Tell you what, you know, they did it the hard way. It's kind of how you want it, right? Sometimes when you get the cross-regional matchups, you're not sure on strength of schedule.
Yep. Yeah. Good toss. That's enough for a first down. That was a live ball.
Yeah, it was. And you can advance on 3rd down, just not 4th down. Sudbeck with the catch. Appears to be a pretty good-natured kid. He hasn't shown a ton of frustration with the drops. He continues to stay with the 2 early drops, continues to stay with it. Knew I liked him on film.
Two programs coming into this game seeking their first ever state championship, and right now it's going to be the Knights taking their first ever back to Sandhills Thedford. You know, this is a football program that draws student athletes from more than an hour away from where the school is. So not only do they have to drive an hour into school, but then after school, if they're practicing at the other location, they have to get on a bus and drive for another 30 minutes. And all while they still get their homework done and all their other responsibilities within the school and around the community. It's a community and program that really cares about high school football and the success of their program. Ooh, there was a pop.
Guess who? That's fantastic to kind of put it in perspective, right? You know why most people spend time only being about as committed as their options?
Yeah.
They grind to get to where they need to be because they love what they're doing.
Let's go down to Doug.
We had fun with this a couple years ago. You saw the parade in the pregame. Where will the parade be when they get home? I mean, Brownlee, Brewster, Halsey, Purdom, Dunning, Thedford. Where's it going to be, Damon?
See, now, what I don't understand is I'm the one that's actually complimentary of Doug, right? Talk about his sense of humor, his wealth of his dearth of knowledge. Now we're going dearth here because he's under my skin a little bit. But and he's picking on me. I'm the only nice guy up here outside of Glenn.
Brady Dahlberg with the sack there. Got to call out Dahlberg's name. He got his first sack of the game. He's 6'5", 250-pound senior.
Well, he's done a great job up front for them, too.
Option near side. And pressure from the backside.
Yeah, Cookson got out just a little in front. Didn't give him the pitch option.
Zeb again.
Plays hard, doesn't he?
No.
You don't even know what the score is when you watch him. He is gassed, too. Gassed. Like, he ran that down from the backside. They did a good job containing Heine and got some help with his friends.
3rd down and 21.
He just looks like a football player, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
You know, he's the type of guy to eat and has food on his shirt and crumbles. Gotta wipe his mouth and you're afraid to reach anywhere near him.
Go. Slobber knocker over the middle. Picked off. Intercepted. That time Kyle Cox. I think that was Dad. They go, run it, Kyle.
You know, if it was Coach Cox, I'd be like, Dad, I've ran a quarter of a mile today.
Picked it off. He's also thinking, if I down it here, that's still another 70 yards.
Yeah. Hey, rumor has it there's a cup of coffee on the line. Oh, wait, no, there isn't. That's Heine's first turnover. It's been tough sledding. I like his moxie, though.
5:23 to go. Plenty of time here. Well, good tackle. Joseph Sudbeck stayed home. If Sudbeck doesn't make that, look out.
Yeah. Be a foot race. Take another look at the interception. Just playing center field. High points, and he got that one. Remember, he said we'd probably want the one that he dropped back. He got another chance at it. His health and his training must be pretty good. Maybe yoga, stretching, because he's always corkscrewing himself, and he's awful bendy.
55 carries in the game.
Seen a couple of guys get to the 50 mark. One of the most impressive, I remember McCardle from Millard North had 50, I think 54 carries in playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot, but these guys, they do it like, what's next? I watched Sean Fisher carry the ball in like 44 ISOs against Central in 07. It's just big numbers.
Spins out of it, still at his feet. Out to the 45-yard line. Nice carry by Kyle Cox.
Take a look at the replay. Same formation, same blocking scheme, same result. Big gainer.
So I think we got a record watch in two fronts here. He's already set the class rushing record for the playoffs. He could set the single game rushing record, which is 451. He's at 420 right now. And look out. Drug down from behind as he goes inside the 29.
At some point, he has to be tired, right? He is human.
I think that was the record right there, I believe.
Look, watch the patience here. See, he sets that up with Higgins, the subtle bounce, and then, of course, he finds a way to fall forward.
457 yards rushing. That is a new playoff record in Class D2. 457 breaks the record of Jalen Sturdivant back in 2014 from Maxwell. He did it against Medicine Valley. And just continues to grind.
You know, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm saying, okay, a touchdown run would be 25 more yards.
I don't think that gets him there. I think he's still going to be a couple yards
It puts him at 482.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just...
Yeah. Well, he breaks the all-class rushing record in the playoffs, but he wouldn't break Jalen Bradley's record of 496, which was set back in 2016.
I remember that year fondly.
Down to the 20-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 1, unless they give him forward progress.
Well, these young men on both sides, they will rest easy tonight. Not easy on the losing end, but just the physical exertion of how this game was played, the emotions that went into it. They're clearly emptying the tank here.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that's okay, right? You know, pain is temporary. Regret keeps you up at night. There's nothing to regret here for this one for Wynot.
3rd down and 1. Boy, once again, just picking his way through.
I think he gets for dinner tonight.
Whatever he wants.
A whole something, right?
Right, yeah, there you go. Go do the challenge somewhere. Can you eat the 30-ounce ribeye?
Oh, that's nothing. You gotta do like you gotta get bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
30 ounces, come on. What are you, 12?
That might be one of the few times he's lost yards tonight.
You know, I almost think you're right.
Yeah.
The most amazing thing about this is there haven't been negative plays.
Right.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things.
Loss of 3 right there.
Just constantly moving forward. Only got to snap it. 2 more times?
Yep. Inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
He just doesn't give you anything.
It's going to bring up 3rd down.
We're under a minute.
Probably just have 1 more snap.
Yeah, victory formation here. Boy, that young man, as he's appealing to the crowd, he has been fantastic as Dahlberg.
That's going to put him over 480 yards rushing in the game. And would not have to snap it if they don't want.
That's the first time I've seen this number in terms of carries. Would you like to say it out loud?
My. 63 carries. Make it 64.
I've never seen it.
64 carries.
A couple of times I've seen in the 50s. Never seen more than 60 carries.
Wow. He's got 1 more. Sneaks it in for the touchdown.
I mean,
as time runs out, they put it in the end zone.
I know some fans won't really like that. I get it on both sides, but I mean, those kids play too.
Ball game.
Yep.
The 65th carry.
Unbelievable. 65 carries, 486 yards, zeros on the clock, and that will do it as Sandhills Thedford, the Knights, have won their first ever state championship behind the yeoman effort of Kyle Cox.
oftentimes I'll hear, we don't have mountains, we don't have oceans. Yeah, that's right. We have more parks in Nebraska than many other states.
Nebraskans can be thankful that our forefathers had the foresight to protect these special places in Nebraska. And now it's our responsibility for future generations.
Discover the history, natural resources, and modern recreation that awaits you while exploring Nebraska's state parks.
Sunday afternoon at 3 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
We know that your car is not just a car, it's a trusted companion, a time capsule full of memories, adventures, and unbelievable stories. Letting go of a vehicle you love is difficult, but knowing it will support a cause you believe in makes it much easier. Donate your car, truck, motorhome, or even classic car to public television and support quality programming the entire community can enjoy. We'll even send a tow truck to pick it up at no cost to you. Call or donate online.
Hi, I'm Matt Paxton, host of Legacy List with Matt Paxton. Thanksgiving will be here before you know it, and it's a perfect time to gather your family to make your own legacy list. What's a legacy list? It's a list of meaningful heirlooms hiding in your home that speak to your family's history. To get you started, Create is running a back-to-back marathon of Legacy List episodes that will have you thinking, remembering fondly, and maybe even make you shed a tear or two. Coming up this weekend on Create.
Coverage of the 2023 NSAA Football Championships is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, Nebraska Kubota Dealers, Aurora Cooperative, and Constellation Energy. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Final, there you see it, 50-12. Sandhills Thedford behind the play of Kyle Cox. Absolutely remarkable. Time now for the presentation of the hardware. Let's go to Heath Kramer.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Interim Executive Director Jennifer Schwartz and NSAA Board of Directors Darren Toby from Broken Bow and Dr. John Cerny from Bancroft Rosalie. Here are the awards for the runner-up Wynot High School. Head coach Steve Hymas and his assistants will present the silver medals. Players, come forward as your name is called. Number 1, Zach Foxhoven. Number 2, Joseph Sudback. Number 3, Alex Sudback. Number 4, Kingston Hands. Number 5, Carter Pick. Number 6, Braylon Hands. Number 7, Ian Haberman. Number 8, Devin Brummer. Number 9, Kaysen Hansen. Number 10, Carter Hands. Number 11, Nixon Hymas. Number 12, Killian Steinhaus. Number 13, Carson Wiesler. Number 14, Kashmir Lenzen. Number 16, Chase Schrader. Number 17, Dylan Heine. Number 20, Cotner Cook. Number 21, Andrew Haberman. Number 29, Kaysen Cook. Number 32, Chad Nelson. Number 34, Lane Hymas. Number 44, Emerson Gunther. Number 60, Brennan Hymas. Number 84, Corbin Gunther. And number 99, Parker Schmidt. For these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2023 NSAA Class D2 State Football Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations, Wynot High School.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic season to the Blue Devils. They came in unbeaten at 12-0. This their only loss of the season, and they take home for the first time a state runner-up trophy in Class D2.
And for all the talk about Cox offensively, I think it was their Sandhills defense and really kind of stressing Coach Hymas in terms of what he wanted to accomplish on offense, and he got his guys to continue to stay the course. You can tell that he's a head coach that those kids believe in. There was zero quit.
Yeah. Back to Heath we go, more hardware.
And now to the champions, Sandhills Thedford. Head coach Tyson Cox, we have a special award for you. Coach Cox and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, as your name is called, please come forward. Number 2, Quentin Marshall. Number 3, Kobe Higgins. Number 5, Kyle Cox. Number 7, Thatcher Tion. Number 8, Aaron Hall. Number 10, Aiden Hall. Number 11, Ross Martindale. Number 12, Brandon Goshorn. Number 14, Carson Cooksley. Number 20, Mo Robinson. Number 21, Peyton Sainer. Number 22, James Reiser. Number 24, Russell Norton Jr. Number 31, Caleb Burrow. Number 32, Zeb Wild. Number 38, Caden Sudever. Number 40, Mason Cooksley. Number 48, Rhett McFadden. Number 50, Brady Dolberg. And number 55, Tyson Hickman. Presenting the championship game ball from Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, Regional Director of Agencies, Tim Fallow. Now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2023 NSAA Class D2 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations to the Knights of Sandhills Thedford.
Well, what a remarkable finish for Sandhills Thedford. Not only did they take home the state championship, but a records fall as Kyle Cox goes for 486 yards, and he sets the all-class, all-playoff rushing record combined for all the playoffs. He rushed for 1,436 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, and the obvious moment, but I think of all the statistics and the numbers and the running style,
yeah,
it's the 65 carries that I think that I am I mean, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
65.
Let's go down to the field. Doug Duda.
Our second champions of the day, Sandhills Thedford. We could say 20 strong, Coach, but student managers are keeping the footballs dry. You got assistant coaches, and you got your son that was the star of the game. But I know you're going to say you had 19 others around him.
Oh, yeah. I think we have the best offensive line in the state in D2 football. It was awesome. And we got, you know, the two running backs didn't carry the ball a lot, but, man, did they block. Kobe and Carson Cooksley is amazing blocking. It was awesome.
I mentioned Tyson Denkert because when you were here 2 years ago, it was the other way around. Did you take anything from that? Did you put that in the game plan?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we can throw the ball, but you know the state championships for years have been won running the ball, and that was our game plan when we come in: just run the ball, win the line of scrimmage.
Where's the parade going to be? You've got all these towns, and you had a great one coming out. This is going to be a heck of a party up there.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. This is for the community, too. We've had the best following from the community. It's been awesome. Everybody's just dove in with this team. It's fun.
All right, Coach, enjoy it. We'll talk to your players.
Right,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's talk to the guy that led the team in tackles, Rhett McFadden. Come on over here, bud. A lot of this was about offense, but talk about playing a team that threw the football. You don't see that a lot in 8-man, especially when you get out in hay bale throwing country.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a different experience, you know, coming out with all these different teams that just throw the ball all the time. But I felt like we prepared for it when we played Johnson Brock, and then again when we played South Loop. We knew they were going to throw the ball, so we prepared for that all week.
Did you guys ever think you were under the radar because of where your seed was? You only had the one close loss to South Loop, but did you kind of feel that way?
Yeah, I definitely felt that way. I mean, it felt like we were a bunch of underdogs coming up, and I didn't think anybody felt like we were going to make it this far, and I love proving people wrong.
Brings home a state title. You're going to be part of history. How's it feel?
It feels great. I mean, I just can't describe it. It's going to be great.
All right, my man, go celebrate, and congratulations.
Thank you.
There was another young man in Kobe Higgins, the senior, going to come in and join us here and got a chance to score a touchdown here at Memorial Stadium. How'd that feel?
Best feeling ever. I mean, surreal, really. Just can't ask for a better team.
How hard is it to just block and block and block and tackle like you did all day long and all season long?
You know, I'd love to complain, but I can't. I mean, we're state champs, and I did it. Had a lot of fun. Blocks for my boy Kyle, leading rusher, you know, leading scorer.
Was there a point during this season where you knew you're going to get here? Because obviously as a sophomore, as a freshman, you were here, but you were a lot bigger part of this year's football team. Did you know that there was a point in the season that you guys could ascend to the top of the mountain?
Oh, yeah. I mean, after we lost to South Loop in week 4, I mean, we just went on an offensive tear, and we really worked on our defense and everything. Everything about our team got better and just took us to the top.
All right, Mr. Higgins, congratulations, and congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you, sir.
All right, the man of the hour, Kyle Cox, is here with us right here. What's it mean to have your dad and you together to win this state championship?
I mean, first off, all glory to God. And, I mean, to answer the question, it's crazy. I mean, we've worked so hard for this all season. Everybody, when we got off that bus, we all had one goal in mind, and there's nothing that was going to stop us. And just to do it, it's surreal.
I don't think you probably heard your numbers yet. 65 carries, 486 yards, which is an all-time D2 playoff record for more than just the finals, and 6 touchdowns. Did you have any idea that you could have that kind of a game today?
I mean, I figured I'd have a good game. I didn't know. I mean, I really wasn't thinking about that. It was just get the win, and I couldn't have done any of that without the O-line and the running back and fullback I got, so it's crazy.
Time and time again, the coaches, your dad, everybody came over to see, how you doing, and you shook them off every time. How you doing now?
I'm pretty good. I probably told him something I shouldn't in the locker room. He came up to me, asked me, and I said, shut up, don't ask me it again. But I'm feeling pretty good right now.
What's this mean to be part of this first state championship team with these guys?
It's great. I mean, I was there for the first one. 8th grader assistant manager standing on the sidelines, and the one as a freshman. We were just so close, and just to finally break through, it's great.
A record-setting day for Kyle Cox, a state championship for Sandhills Thedford. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There it is, your D2 state champion, Sandhills Thedford. Larry.
Thanks very much, Doug. State champs for the first time. Here's a look at the numbers. Decidedly one-sided.
Yeah, 493 and 486 of them were on the ground via Kyle Cox. And I think the number that's the most surprising is even though Wynot had 22 minutes time of possession, it's the inefficiency in the passing game from a very, very good offense.
Well, it's been a good first couple of games. We've had 2 outstanding performances. I mean, how'd you like to be Brecken Schluter, who held that record for about 2 hours?
Yeah, or a junior quarterback who
Right.
are on the winning side of both teams.
That's right.
In tremendous fashion.
They got a good one tonight. Cannot wait for this one. Scott Bennington, come on back tonight at 7 Central here on Nebraska Public Media. That'll do it. Sandhills Thedford, the Knights are state champs in Class D2. For Doug Duda, for David Benning, and the entire sports production crew, I'm Larry Putney. Thanks for joining us from Memorial Stadium. We'll see you back here this evening. Good night.